Training camp is on for the Jets and the Giants. They all report tomorrow. So, what are the top 3 training camp battles for my G-men and that guy's Jets? We'll talk about it. Manchild Show with Boy Green Digital live on a Monday starts right now.
Let's go! It's time for the talk to you. 'Cause when Joe's born, it's always gonna do. And Boy Green is always on the scene. And we're gonna always bring it to you live streaming. So get ready. Get ready, 'cause here they come.
All right, welcome aboard, everybody. Happy Monday. Manchild here with Paul Boy Green Esden Jr. Jets Giants diatribe going on today. We are kind of pumped up. It is training camp week. Rookies in, veterans about to arrive, and then full-blown practices begin literally 2 days from now for both squads. The Giants will convene at some resort in West Virginia where they'll be playing the state song, Take Me Home Country Roads, which is not about West Virginia, the state, but rather about the western part of Virginia, or the argument could be made one way or the other. Doesn't seem like West Virginians care either way. It is a pretty cool song one way or the other. Not a bad song to have as your state song. So the Giants will be going to the Greenbrier Resort down in West Virginia, and that's where they will begin their training camp, and then they'll return back to the Meadowlands for the latter part of training camp as they get ready for their preseason games. The Jets just at the usual Jet facility here, kind of boring, Boy Green. No road trips. I mean, it's funny. I was just actually, you'll love this.
Okay.
So when Rex Ryan was the head coach of the Jets, that the Jets for a couple of seasons, right? I think it was more than one. I think it was at least 2
It was
seasons,
definitely more than one,
right?
multiple.
Made that trip to Cortland, right?
They did. I went there as a fan. Yeah.
On Friday, I was down, trying to squeeze in a few more of those summer vacation-y fun things before the summer ends and life takes over, and I'm full-fledged back at all my jobs.
Sure.
And so I decided, I'm down here. I was in the Binghamton area. And so I was coming up, 81 towards Syracuse. You drive 81 north from Binghamton to Syracuse. For those of you that don't know, all right, it's a straight shot north. And you go right through Cortland, where the Jets had training camp at SUNY Cortland. And I was like, let me go down there, So I went down there and I kind of meandered around the campus. It's summertime. There's nobody there. I got out of the car, walking around a little campus is empty. I was like, this is kind of cool. Man, I forgot. I mean, I think I had popped in there for one of those Jet things, one of those years.
Sure,
covering it for wherever the heck I was at that time. And I, I didn't remember how big the sports facility is on the campus of SUNY Cortland. It's like the campus is really pretty and nice. And then on one side of the campus is the whole sports area. And those buildings are huge and they got a nice stadium. And I was just like, wow, holy crap. I didn't remember how grandiose it all was. In terms of, the Jets experience. But the Jets have done that. They have done that away thing, living in little dorm rooms and
very cool.
Bond with your roomie and deal with their snoring or whatever it is that they do that you can't stand, but you kind of get used to it and you bond. So I think those things are always fun. The Giants are going to do that this year. A lot of it circumstance and happenstance, but John Harbaugh certainly taking advantage of that for the Giants. And as I said, the Jets will just be at home. Do you miss the road trips, Boy Green?
I do.
Miss that part of it?
I do. And also, we got a sneak peek. I don't know if the Giants, I'm intimately familiar with the Jets because I'm on top of the Jets every day. So I know if they have these things. But, when the Jets did this the first time, they were in Hard Knocks. So we got behind the scenes of the dorms, what they were going through, some of those experiences. A lot of these teams have in-house documentary film teams that do cool extra content for their fans. So I'm not sure if the Giants have a version of that. I know I've seen some stuff they've done previously. So maybe we'll get even a greater insight with West Virginia and whatever the heck they happen to be doing this year. But yes, of course I miss it. I think it's cool. Now, is it somewhat of an inconvenience for these multimillionaires to be shoved in dorm rooms like, geez, we're back in college again? Probably. But I still think the chemistry, the camaraderie, you're hanging out a lot more. when you go to, in our Jets case of the Jets facilities, after practice, they drive home to their posh homes and families and everything. When you're at these, you're in West Virginia or Cortland, your hangout time is with other players. You're going out to eat with these players. You're playing laser tag or whatever the hell you're doing. You're like doing team building activities. So I do miss it. There's not a lot of teams that do it anymore. You mentioned the Giants is circumstantial this year as opposed to like the Bills, St. John Fisher. They've been doing it for many years. So they do it. Latrobe, Pittsburgh, they still do it. So there's a handful off the top of my head. Apparently there's a lot more than a handful when we did the research last week, but obviously Oxnard, Dallas Cowboys go out that way. So there's a few teams that still travel and make it happen. But I would agree with Hep that for the Jets, particularly this year, boring is a good thing. They're playing at 1:00 for 15 of the 17 games this year. The only two they're not is only because they're on the West Coast. Those are 1:00 West Coast times. So I think boring's good. Get into routine. You're going to be doing the same thing every week from training camp to the regular season and everything. So I'll take boring. I do miss it personally as a fan. Selfishly, I will be going. Shout out to a member of my coffee club, Lurch. They gave me tickets to this weekend's training camp practice that's open to the public. Remember, we all did it live. Oh, I'm on the little phone list. I'm 800th place, and I didn't get nothing. So I thought I wasn't going to go, but thankfully, a fan of the show gave me a ticket for free. So, booyah, I'll be heading to training camp on Saturday.
Very cool. All right, man. Yes, training camp's fun, as we know. We've had a lot of fun over the years going to training camps, and it is cool and it's fun. And there's a levity to it all. I think the players and the coaches and everybody's are a little bit looser. There's this kind of like everything. I mean, it's like spring training in baseball. I said this for years over the years talking about baseball. Spring training is it's like the rite of passage. It's like, okay, everybody's 0-0, there's hope, hope springs eternal. It doesn't matter what the roster is. There's this thought that somehow it could all come together. Somehow this could be the year, and you have that, you kind of carry that hope through the spring training practices. And to be honest with you, not to critique reporters and people that cover this for a living day in and day out, but come on, we can face it. A lot of the stories that come out of training camp are pro stories, meaning they're positive stories about, wow, did you see how fast, Braxton Berrios is doing on the kick returns for the Giants? Or, wow, did you see that cut and that catch that Malachi Fields made the other day? Amazing. And wow, did you see Garrett Wilson burn that guy in the secondary, right? Like we have, the reports tend to be positive because we are again in that spring mode that everybody's 0-0, every team has hope mode. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's good. I like it. It's a good thing. But you have to be realistic about it. And we're going to hear a lot of exciting things about a lot of players in training camp. And then the regular season's going to start and they're not going to pan out. They're not going to be starting, or they're not going to be an impact guy. And you're like, what? Well, man, he was the talk of camp. Yeah, that's camp. That's just what camp is. So be aware of that, folks. I mean, enjoy the stories, but they are to a certain degree, I don't want to say embellished, but they're optimistic. Okay. Most beats that cover the team report optimistically during training camp. I think that's a truth. I'm going to stand by that statement. Go ahead.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that, and I need to share something with you, Lurch. Despite everything logical that you just said, I will absolutely overreact to every player that looks phenomenal in a t-shirt and shorts and that decide, well, this guy is going to be an all-pro this year. So everything you just said, I'm like, that makes sense. And they're going to be a training camp on Saturday. Wow, look at that guy. Spectacular. He's going to be a superstar. The rest of the NFL doesn't know yet. Oh, yes, I'm going to be overreacting. Yes.
Okay, well, hey, that's the nature of the beast, right? That's what makes for our channels. So people want to get jazzed and excited about their teams. And we're not going to be Johnny Raincloud on the whole thing. No. We're going to give you the best and the brightest and give you all that hope that feeds into the idea that football season is just a month ago, a little more than a month away.
Yeah, what are we, a week out from the Hall of Fame game? So somewhere in that ballpark, a week and a half, which is Panthers-Cardinals. So we have that. And then the week after that is when the preseason schedule starts for everybody else, which is 3 games now in this new universe. So,
and what is the date for the first NFL game, the first game?
The regular season game or
Regular
a preseason
season
game?
Regular season game.
Okay. It's that Wednesday. So 1 second.
Right. So it's Wednesday.
That is. Oh, I could just do the math. The Jets are September 13th, so it's just whatever days before that. So that'd be September 9th. Wednesday, September 9th at 8:20 p.m. Eastern time. Patriots Seahawks.
We're a month and a half away.
That's
month
crazy.
and a half away from
Right
regular season football. So
Yeah.
should you not be getting hyped? Of course you should be getting hyped. Come on, man.
Baby.
Everybody's 0-0, baby. Anything can happen. Let's find out what does. Jobs will be on the line. Rookies will be, under the microscope, so on and so forth. By the way, we are presented today by Northeast Roofing Professionals. Today's video brought to you by our friends at Northeast as well. So our friends at Northeast, NERPCNY.com. If you live in the central New York area and are looking for a roof repair or to replace your roof, and they do both shingled and metal roofs as well. They do a tremendous job on those. Those last an incredible amount of time. So you may even want to look into a metal roof. Go see our friends at NERPCNY.com. Proud sponsors here, the Manchild Show with Boy Green digital YouTube channel and all of our portals that we push this out to. All right, Boy Green.
Hey, real quick, Lurch. Come on. We got to give a little bit of plug.
Yeah, we do. We got to get
getting a little closer.
Right?
We're like 55. Let me see what it is right now.
44. It's that magical
44,
Syracuse number with 44 subscribers, at least as of when I checked late last night, from 1,000 subscribers. We need 44 more of you to have faith. And if you haven't already, click the subscribe button right at that link right there to click it. All right. For absolutely positively nothing. It's free.
It's free.
It's just a click. It's just you taking your mouse, hovering, or your little pad, right? You like to use the pad, right?
Or a thumb, perhaps, if you're on the phone.
All right, if you're on the phone, just go subscribe. That's all.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. And then it goes to 43, 42, 41, and we just want to get to 0. Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We want to get to 1,000. We're very, very excited about reaching 1,000. And I know football is starting to rev up right now. And I know we'll start getting more interest in the channel as football becomes more and more meaningful in people's lives. But let's get there before that even happens so that our channel can thrive a little bit during football season. More people who don't even know about us can find out about our channel and we can grow the channel exponentially. So that's the idea here. So help make us viral, dare I say, by subscribing to our channel. You are making a tremendous difference. And for anybody that already has, well, thank you for doing that. Don't forget, for anybody coming in, hit the thumbs up. And if you're already a subscriber, you can consider membership where you truly can support the channel monetarily. And it really helps us stay on the air in our present form and even improve what we're doing. So if you can, willing to do that, if you can afford it, there are 3 levels to do it at, so it should be affordable for just about anybody. Please feel free to do that. So fabulous, fabulous stuff there. By the way, big reminder, I'll jump in here.
Yeah,
reminder
you're saying what I'm going to say.
So okay, I'm reading your mind. All right, next Monday, we're in the afternoon, baby. We're back in afternoon drive, 3 o'clock on Mondays and Wednesdays. I think in a lot of ways, this is going to be a good change for the show because you're already doing your early morning show. So we'll have a chance to kind of revisit things in the afternoon, oftentimes, especially during camp days. And when we get into preseason and even regular season football, there's different news out in the afternoon that exists in the morning. So that'll be a lot of fun. That dichotomy, I think we'll be able to hit on some new topics and have some really, really fresh takes on things going in the afternoon. So starting the first Monday in August, which is a week from today, I think it's August 3rd. All right. We will indeed be doing our live shows Mondays and Wednesdays at 3 p.m. So get ready for the time shift, the time challenge. All right. We'll still have all our usual content. Jets, Giants, Bills, all our insiders are already lined up for this season. Ed Valentine, by the way, is going to be making the trip, our Giants insider from Big Blue View.
For the whole thing.
Greenbrier. He's going to be down there for Giants training camp down in West Virginia. So we should be able to get some hot and fresh takes from Ed. Anthony Prohaska, our Bills insider, is going to be at Bills camp, Boy Green, this Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. He's going to be early in on Bills camp. He's going to be joining me for an interview on Thursday. But he'll also, I'm also trying to see if I can arrange something with him on Wednesday during the live show. So I'm still waiting to hear back from Anthony. But we'll see if we can get him, feet on the ground live from Bills camp, literally during our live show on Wednesday.
Oh, damn it. I will not be here on Wednesday.
Yeah, you're not going to be here. You're going to miss our last 11 o'clocker there. But Matt Lombardo will be here, our usual NFL insider. And I'm trying to get Anthony slotted after Matt if he can squeeze it in. We got to see, camp is weird. You know how it is. Sometimes if something's going on, like let's say, the head coach is speaking from the time that the window that we have to get him in, then I don't know if we'll be able to get Anthony. But
And things
we
get
will
delayed
have fresh
too.
takes from Anthony regardless this week
Yes.
on everything that's going on in Bills camp. He's going to be spending 3 days in a row at Bills camp. And you can also pay attention to what he's up to on Cover One. He writes for at Cover One and does videos for them as well. So you can check him out there at Cover One. Anthony Prohaska, our Bills insider. And this week, Jake Asman is back with us.
Yes,
have been on a little vacay hiatus, running some different things, and doing the Michael K show down there in New York. So Jake will be back with us later this week as well, and we'll talk all things Jets as Jets get camp underway. So this is a really exciting week. It's finally here, Boy Green. Now we can actually talk about guys hitting each other, guys running plays, new coaches acclimating themselves to these players, new playbooks being put in place, et cetera, et cetera. It's going to be a really, really fascinating time. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Oh, I can't wait. I see the fans are fired up. 3 p.m. R&R party is excited about it. Badshaw says, I'm glad you guys are doing 3 p.m. shows. So it won't just be some Badshaw. It'll be Mondays and Wednesdays starting next week, moving forward. And we'll let you know if there's a future schedule change after that. We'll also have, and this will probably start like in the middle of August, a fantasy football expert will be joining us a little after 3 o'clock live every Friday. So you guys can submit your questions in. So yeah, I'm going to be looking forward to all those 3 p.m. shows. It'll be a nice balanced diet with all the morning shows. My morning show starting this Saturday is shifting to 7 a.m. So after being 7:30 for 3 or 4 years, it's going to 7 a.m. even earlier. So yeah, they'll be separated even more. Earlier in the morning, now later in the afternoon. So that'll be great. Can't wait for all that. So folks, hope you guys join us for the trip. It's going to be amazing.
Absolutely fabulous. So yes, get in on that, folks. It's going to be fantastic. Last thing before we get into our topic du jour, which is these, we're going to do our top 3 training camp battles. I've picked 3 that I think are going to be 3 that I am like all in on the Giants. What's going to happen here? You've got 3 for the Jets. We shall debate and discuss and have some fun talking about it. Yes, Badshaw, just to jump into the comments real quick. Am I ready for fantasy football? Ready? I'm always ready, but am I really ready? No, Badshaw. I've done little to nothing. I am always a late to the party guy when it comes to prepping. I don't like to prep too early. I think part of that is because things always evolve and change. And I want to hear about some things that are going on in training camp, some of these early stories to get a better sense of things before I start, building a chart and saying, all right, this guy's number 1. And I become at this time of year, I become an avid listener. I'm already into that. I'll tell you that is part of the preparation. But I'm an avid listener of fantasy sports radio on Sirius XM.
Sure.
So they've got all their cast of characters. There are some guys that I like better than others in terms of the way they think and the way that they put together or think about putting a roster together for fantasy football. But I listen to them all because I love to hear all of their opinions. I've heard Joe Bartle, I'm telling you, at least 7 or 8 times already on the radio, Boy Green, on Sirius XM in this early part of the season. Joe is doing a lot of shows. He's been on quite a bit. I don't know if he's filling in for other people or if Joe's role has expanded on Sirius XM, but he's been a busy beaver. I've been catching Joe Bartle all over the place. They just did that Kings, what they call that?
Yes, the Kings Classic.
The Kings Classic out at the Hall of Fame. Brian Drake was there. He's been there the last few years. He always gets jazzed about that. But Joe Bartle was out there. They were doing live pops out there. With his buddy Jim Coventry, one of the regulars on Roto Wire as well. So now, I'm already like taking it all in, starting to listen to people's perspectives. I listened to an whole argument yesterday, Boy Green. One of the hosts was arguing against Jahmyr Gibbs as the number 1 overall pick and why you shouldn't take Jahmyr Gibbs if you have number 1. And then he was offering his perspective on who he thought you should take. So I find myself in that odd position this year of being near the top of the draft. I'm at number 2. Mark Rowlands will be able to throw down the hammer at number 1. He claimed about a month ago or whatever it was when we did our draw that he was going to take Jahmyr Gibbs, but will Mark stick to his words? Will something change? Will one of these guys on Sirius XM change his mind, dare I say? Will he go a different direction? We shall see. So interesting stuff. But Badshaw, to answer your question, am I ready? No, but yes, I'm always ready. There you go.
Yeah. Well, I've done a few mock drafts already, so I've been getting into it. I've been digging deeper into the fantasy magazines. I still have a few more to consume before we get there. So, I'm fired up. I'm ready. Me and Lurch will be talking after this about some changes potentially to one of our fantasy football leagues, draft orders for a couple of the
Yes.
leagues. I have the coffee club and espresso club, which we created last year. And those are 2 fantasy leagues with a bunch of the members of the YouTube channel. So man, yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
And then the last thing, our raffle back in order. We're going to draw on the 22nd of August, which, by the way, is my birthday. We're going to draw on Manchild's birthday. This month's winner. Okay, so here are all the prizes, Boy Green. We've coupled last month's raffle with this coming month's raffle and put it all into one big prize pack. We just thought that made the most sense. All right, and so here's what we've got. We've got number 1, the big movie pack. All right, all of these movies. All right, 9 of them in total.
Wow.
Boy Green and I did a show on the most rewatched movies, the movies that we watched over and over and over the most. And so some of the movies that were on my list and some other goodies I put into this packet, some that people even named in the comments. All right, so I've got a James Bond movie in there, Die Another Day. I've got Dead Poets Society, Good Will Hunting, The Blind Side, Gone in 60 Seconds, Hoosiers, The Karate Kid, the original one, Elf. I wanted you to watch 100,000 times. And a movie that I think is very underrated, Finding Forrester. There it is.
I still have not seen that yet.
Finding Forrester with Sean Connery. Great movie. Definitely one that if you saw it once, you'd probably watch it 10 more times. I've probably seen that movie 25 times. I love that movie. If it comes on, I'm like, I gotta watch this. So that's going to be in the prize pack. Also, the 3 Sports Illustrated covers framed. Going out to you as is. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's Last Stand. All right. Number 2, Michael Jordan finally getting his championship. All right. And then the third one here, Pete Rose in denial. Did you gamble, sir? Absolutely not is the answer there. All right. These are all from the 80s and early 90s. Sports Illustrated actual covers that I framed and put up in our studio, and they were in the studio for a while. Then they went into the archive, Boy Green. They weren't in the studio. In the last studio we were in, at least for the last few years, they weren't on the walls of the studio. But I kept them hermetically sealed here at home, so on and so forth. So all of that stuff, plus, Boy Green, I told you I'd throw in a few more things. Number 1, I'm throwing in some merch, okay? So 2 pieces of merch that'll be added to the prize pack. This is all going to one person, all right? The Manchild Show with Boy Green, 12th MC coffee mug. Listen to this now.
Very nice.
This is a 2-tone coffee mug. You can see mine is navy blue, but I will let you, depending on whoever wins, order in whatever color you want. It comes in green, black, I think yellow, might even be able to get orange. All right, there's a whole cascade of colors. All right, and it has the 12th MC logo, our insider VIP club, all right, that you can join as a member. And on the other side, it has our logo, the Manchild Show with Boy Green Digital. All right. Love this coffee mug. I use it every day, as you know. All right. And I put in another order, Boy Green, and they have come in. Look, still hermetically wrapped in the paper. Oh, let me take it out. I want to get my fingerprints on it. I'm very, very careful here.
Okay.
But it is a laser etched.
I can see it.
12th MC glass there, baby. Look at that beauty right there. Oh, baby, look at that, man. Both sides, by the way. I always do the 2-sided. Never cheap out with these things. You can put this in the dishwasher. It's absolutely dishwasher safe. Really cool pint glass. So I'm keeping my dirty fingerprints off it. All right. But we'll throw in one of those as well. So you get all of those. This is going to cost me a fortune to ship to whoever is shipping this stuff. Hopefully they live here somewhere on the East Coast, man.
There you go.
Cost me like $100 to ship it. But all of that's going to go in a box and go to the winner of this month's raffle. 22nd is when we will draw. We already have the running tote board. I see Boy Green already has it running there in the scrolling ticker.
I'll get the running.
Oh, yeah, switch it over to the to the other one. So there are people who already were dipping into the pool last month that are going to be included. So you can see Jamie, the FedEx guy, Zay Engineer, and Mac, all with already 20 raffle tickets. There's Badshaw's in the mix already. MFC's in the mix already. Austrian Jets fan in the mix. All right. So how do you get in? Number 1, if you're not a member, you become a member. If you become a member of the 12th Manchild, you get 2 tickets. If you join one of our other levels, you get more. Second level, the diehards, you'll get 10 tickets for being a diehard member. And if you do the Hall of Fame, not only will you get 20 tickets in this upcoming raffle, but you'll also be installed into our digital fantasy league, which is coming up. We're going to start putting the teams together for that league. A way to assure a spot, lock in a spot. Nobody can take you out of it as if you become a Hall of Fame member. So please consider doing that, and you'll jump into our fantasy league. Boy Green, I'm about to order. I was looking this weekend. I'm about to order the belt, the championship WWE belt that's going to be given to the winner of this league every single year. So as soon as it arrives here, I'm going to order it probably today or tomorrow. It's going to take a couple days to ship to me. Once we have it, I'll be putting that thing on my shoulder during our broadcasts. So, right, you'll be just looking at that thing, man.
So I don't know if
somebody takes it from me, man.
Have you made this answer yet? Are you getting a new championship belt every year? Is it getting passed around from territory to territory based on who wins it?
I think I'm going to get a new championship belt every year. I think you're going to actually get to keep it.
Wow,
this is yours.
Nice.
That becomes your championship belt. All right. So not going to do the pass around. You're going to get it to keep. It's yours, baby, forever. Can wear that thing out to parties. They'll say, "What the heck is that?" I say, "I won that league, man. Manchild Boy Green Digital League, first year winner, right here, baby." Around my neck, around my waist. Ooh, fantastic. We can throw it over the shoulder. You know, people do all kinds of things with those.
Yeah. You know, you have to mix it up when you wear it all the time and win it, I would suppose.
So it is about to be ordered. I was peeking at them, pricing it up this weekend. I think I got what I want now. So I'm going to order it soon. And when I have it, you will be the first to know, all of you folks. I will bring it on the air with me. That is going to go to this year's fantasy football winner. All right. You can also super chat. Every super chat or super sticker worth $3 will get you a raffle ticket. So if you did $6, $9, you understand it just multiplies and you get another raffle ticket. So we'll do that as well. So get in early and often, start piling up on the raffle tickets. You're going to win all those prizes. Again, we're going to draw on the 22nd of this upcoming month. All right. So thank you for participating in that. All right. Let's get to it, Boy Green. Topic du jour today is training camp battles. You're taking the Jets. I'm taking the Giants. Who are the top 3 training camp battles in your mind and why? Go ahead.
Okay. Start with Jets. Okay, great.
We'll go back and forth.
Oh, so 3.
So give me one. Give me number 3 on your Jet.
And then you'll give me okay. So first off, voice guy in the back.
Number 3.
Number 3 for me is one I wish that wasn't on my list, Lurch, but unfortunately it is. That's place kicker. The kicker competition for the New York Jets.
Situation there, don't you?
We do. We had Nick Folk last year. He joined us a few days into training camp and saved us from the god-awful Caden Davis and Harrison Mevis kicking battle that would have occurred last year. Instead, Nick Folk got it, and he won the job and delivered a spectacular season, but left in free agency. So it is between 2 men at this point. You're familiar with one of them. He's a former Giant, Jason Sanders, but he's more well-known for his very long run with the Miami Dolphins, former All-Pro kicker. He's been very good when healthy. He missed all of last season with a hip issue, and then he was with the Giants during this offseason, and he was released. The Michigan kicker, Zavada, ends up he looks like he's going to probably win it for the Giants, but the Jets are kicking the tires on Jason Sanders, pun intended apparently, on a kicker. So it's Jason Sanders versus Cade York. Cade York is a younger guy, huge leg, but he's been wildly inaccurate in the NFL. And last time I checked, Lurch, being able to be accurate with your kicks is a pretty big, important factor in whether or not you can be the kicker. So my full expectation, if these are the 2 kickers that will continue to battle it out, Jason Sanders would be the guy. But the Jets have not been afraid. If it's going in a certain direction that's not great, they have not been afraid of cutting a guy. They've cut 3 or 4 kickers already this offseason. So kicker's number 3, Lurch.
All right. Number 1 Austrian Jet heard the call. He's getting some more raffle tickets. Give him 2 more, Boy Green. He's gifted a Manchild Show with Boy Green digital membership.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah is right, my friends. Hell yeah is right. So the tote board is heavy. Add 2 more to Austrian. He'll move up the board. Thank you, Austrian. Always appreciate your generosity. Heck, I'm in the mood for a video. Let's do a video, too. How about this one?
Yes, sir, you, sir. Mama says that alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth but no toothbrush.
Very true. Very true.
And by the way, Lord, you said you're going to be updating a bunch of these videos, right? You're going to be cycling some.
I am. I'm going to cycle in all new videos.
Oh, cool. Great. Can't wait for that.
Already scouting, and I'm going to load them up, and we'll have a whole bunch of choices. So I know, like, you play videos over and over again, and you're like, oh, man, I want something fresh. I want something.
To me, I love the videos we have, but I think it'd be cool to, the world is our oyster. We could get
there are certain situations that just demand a certain video, something
That's
different,
true.
a little bit different. So thanks again, Austrian. Appreciate it, my friend.
Second place currently.
Up to second on the board, just that quickly. All right. So you can get in. Again, if you gift, by the way, I should have mentioned this earlier. If you gift 5 or more, if you gift 5 memberships, all right, you will get 20 raffle tickets. So usually a gifted membership will give you 2. So if you did 5, it would only be 10. But if you do 5, you'll get 20. So we double it on 5 or more gifted memberships. So if you're feeling generous, you can do that and really, really get yourself to the top of the tote board for that amazing prize pack. A ton of things there. Go ahead, BG.
Yeah, I know that Austrian membership went to Sean 6 $63.82. You're now a member to the 12th Manchild. You get a free month trial thanks to Austrian. At the end of the month, it'll ask you, do you want to remain a member? And it'll be up to you and the audience. Hopefully you get enough out of it that you're like, yeah, I want to stick around. And there you go. So thank you, Austrian.
We're going to do some really cool things with memberships once we get into football season, BG, in the next couple of weeks. I'm considering a segment. You and I have talked about this off air, but let's bring it to the air here just for a second. Sure. All right. I think I might call it Manchild's Musings. All right. It's just me musing on things. You know, I'm a bit of a muser.
You do.
And so,
you do muse.
I'm going to do some musings, and it'll be for subscriber only. All right. So it'll be members only, I should say. Members only. All right. And you'll get my weekly musings where I will do musings on something. Now, sometimes
sports,
it's maybe
life,
might be about it might be about like a camp battle for the Giants or something I'm musing on about this, or, my take on the early stages here of the Harbaugh reign and training camp or something. But other times it might be about like life, things going on, stuff happening. You know how I am. I'm a very reflective person that way. So some really, really cool stuff might be coming in the fold that way. So it'll be a cool segment. And I think I'm going to make it only available to members because I think it's something that's different and will stand out. And people say, hey, man, it's worth having a membership. So I could find out what the heck is going on in this guy's mind in a given week. So I think I'm going to throw that into the pile for our memberships.
God. All right. I don't want to keep us off track because we have a topic to get to, but there's another topic we're going to have to explore a little bit later. Ooh, disgusting.
What?
Yeah, it's an NFL topic. We'll wait. Okay. All right. We're in the middle of our bit here, but I just came across it as I was double checking.
Okay.
I got a text about breaking news, but I'm looking through, and that's not. It is breaking news, but not something we'll talk about on the show. It doesn't have anything to do with any of our teams or anything, but it is a sad situation. I will say, I'll just say it real quick. We don't have to get into it deep, but Eric Bieniemy, who returned to the Kansas City.
I did hear about this. I saw this morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this is a developing story, but Eric Bieniemy returned to the Chiefs after being away, and for all kinds of other teams, his wife was shot. And she's in stable condition right now. That's a positive update at this point. But a lot of details are pouring in on this crazy situation. So now I got a text about it, but I wanted to re-look at a few things to see what was going on. So yeah, very sad. And hopefully she makes it through okay, and they find out what the heck happened here. This is obviously again a very scary situation.
Okay. All right. Good to know. That's not good. Yeah, that is scary. Very, very scary.
So, again, there's no proper segue from something serious like that into what we were talking about. But yes, in my top three here, as we're talking about training camp battles, kicker, if the Jets are going to be a better team than 3-14, which God, we all hope so, you're going to be in closer games. The kicker is going to have a even more intense microscope, a spotlight is going to be on this kicker. That's very serious. And the Jets have a questionable kicker situation. So yeah, kicker. I don't think it's a battle of who's going to win? Jason Sanders or Cade York? I think it's going to be Jason Sanders if these are the two guys right now, but that's a battle that I'm watching because, oh my goodness, this could have a huge ripple effect on the Jets season, wins and losses.
All right. Fair enough. That's definitely something to talk about. All right. Let me go to Giants. Want to give me a number 3?
I will.
Number 3.
All right. Number 3 on the Giants. Also a special teams guy here, Boy Green. Special teams battle. All right. The Giants lost Gunnar Olszewski, their returner. And now it is an open competition. Now they went out and got 2 guys, Boy Green, Braxton Berrios and Xavier Gibson. And also still in the fold is Javon Holland. Now, you're familiar with Gibson, former Jet.
Yes, of course.
Who's bounced around the league a little bit. You're familiar with Berrios, former Jet, who's bounced around the league in recent years. And then the Giants throw in their safety, Javon Holland, as a possibility as well. He has done some returning as well. So that's going to be a big one. Who wins that returner battle? Because that was Olszewski's, all of last year. A guy with real sure hands. You got to vote on this one. I'm hoping Berrios wins this job. Xavier Gibson scares me a little bit. Should he scare me? You're more familiar with both of these players than I am as a Giants fan.
Now, I've lived.
Should I just run from both of them and hope that Javon Holland wins the job? Maybe.
I mean, so Xavier Gibson is a roller coaster. In 2023, when he was a rookie, he made the team. That was another hard knocks for the Jets. He made the team, and that was a great story. It seemed to be a battle between him and Jason Brownlee, another undrafted free agent. And the cool part about Hard Knocks is they both came in and they both made the team, like in a surprise twist. And Xavier Gibson, in his very first game as a pro, had a 60-yard walk-off punt return to beat the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football. So that's the high of highs. How scintillating. You can't top that. The problem is he faced the low of lows. In week 1 this past season against the Steelers, the Jets seemed to have the control of the game against Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, and Xavier Gibson fumbled the ball on the kickoff. The Steelers immediately score a touchdown. The whole game flips, and it just goes to crap, and he's sort of been bouncing around. So, everyone can bounce back from things. So for X, I hope he turns it around. But I think the safer guy is just Braxton Berrios. He's just more rock solid. He's been around the league longer. If I were you, I'd be rooting for Berrios.
Okay, so Berrios is my guy. That's the guy I should be rooting for.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Berrios it is. That's the way I'm feeling too. I just kind of like the stability of that guy and what he does and so on and so forth. So I'm kind of leaning Berrios here. So I'm glad that you and I are in agreement to do that. So bang, 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 just like that. All right. Okay. Let's go to number 2 on the list. Boy Green, want to fire the sounder there?
Sure.
Number 2.
Number 2 is QB2 for the New York Jets. The starting quarterback is not in question. It's Geno Smith. But who's the backup? Is it Cade Klubnik, the Clemson player that the Jets traded up for? It was the most the Jets have ever traded up, the highest amount, the furthest the Jets have ever traded up in a round for a player ever. It was 18 slots that they moved up for Cade Klubnik, so obviously they liked him a lot. So you have a rookie. You have Bailey Zappi, old Zappy Hour, who is very uninspiring, to be candid. And then they have Brady Cook, who started the last 4 games of the season last year for the Jets, was terrible. So it's not great, but obviously the Jets are going to let these kids battle it out. My gut says it's going to be Cade Klubnik based on these people that are in the room, but there's always the chance the Jets can add a veteran later. For instance, this news came out over the weekend. Jimmy Garoppolo, who had been strongly considering retirement in April, everyone assumed he was going to retire. He changed his mind. He is no longer going to retire. He will sign with the team. So we'll see how quickly that happens. Does he bide his time and see if there's an injury and maybe that's a better opportunity for him? We'll see. But he's a veteran that became available. But yeah, QB2, come on, it's quarterback. That's always a big deal. And for the Jets, in 9 of the last 11 years, Lurch, the Jets have been forced to use multiple starting quarterbacks in a season. At least 2 or as many as 4. That's happened in 9 of the last 11 years. Only twice over that span has the same guy started the whole season. So in other words, it's very likely whoever this QB2 is, Cade Klubnik, Bailey's happy, Brady Cook, man to be named later, is going to get on the field. That's just what the gods have said if you're a Jets fan. So, yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
All right. Very big deal. I kind of dig it. I kind of like it. All right. Fantastic. All right. Let's go to number 2 on my list.
Well, wait, before we do that, Lurch, I saw you just gave a gift to the audience. You just gifted 5 MC Show digital memberships to the fans. Wow.
I did. I'm glad you spotted that, BG. You get to pick the video for this one. Go ahead.
Ooh, cool. Wow. Okay. Manchild utilizing, digging into his own wallet for the fans. Okay. That's amazing. So yeah, let me go. Oh, there's so many good ones in here. Let's go with this. A little bit of.
I got the shakes that'll make you quake. I got the fries that'll cross your eyes. I got the burgers that'll. I just got burgers.
Thank you, Terry Crews there. All right, here are the 5
I'll
new
tell you
numbers.
what I will do here.
Go ahead.
BG.
Before I do, yes,
right.
go ahead.
Let me see who's on the tote board right now as the scrolling
Okay.
ticker rolls.
All right,
Go
while you're
ahead and
doing
talk for
that,
a minute. I'm going to pick someone to give those 20 raffle tickets. I'm going to give 20 raffle tickets to someone else. How about that?
So not only did you give 5 memberships out to the audience at random draw, which you just did, but you're now giving the 20 raffle tickets to someone. That's amazing. Well, here are the 5 new members, first off, to the 12th Manchild. Mahar Khalil, Mac, who's in the chat right now, and he said thank you, by the way. Jay Lepsetter. You have Jerry Actrick, Jets Worldwide, the JWW crew, and Bon Bon for All. There you go. Those are the 5 new members to the 12th Manchild. Thank you, Manchild, for gifting to the audience. That's terrific. Yeah, okay.
All right. I know who I'm going to give the 20 raffle.
Oh, great. Let's hear it.
He deserves it probably more than any other member. He's been a Hall of Fame member from the very beginning. He contributes pretty much every show in the comments, often jumps in on the members-only video phone lines.
Sure.
I'm going to give those 20 raffle tickets to Jamie, the FedEx guy. Put him heavy. The board is heavy.
Okay.
Boy Green.
Let me update
Jamie
it. Okay.
is number 1 solo now at the top of that board. He's about to have a big 40 raffle tickets in front of his name to win all those cool prizes. The MC Show etched glass, the coffee mug. I know he could use that in the old FedEx truck every morning. He gets up very early in the morning. The movie collection. I'm giving him a whole bunch of my movies for crying out loud. Potentially. You're right. You're right. He hasn't won anything yet.
No.
But he is at the top of the leaderboard right there. So congratulations, Jamie. Thank you.
Okay.
My donation will benefit you towards this coming month's raffle. So there you go.
Okay. There you go. So beautiful. Nice effort. I saw that bench. I'm like, whoa, hey now, you're giving back to the people. That's a beautiful gesture. Nice.
It's always nice to do that. Always nice. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to number 2 on my board.
Okay, let's do it. Again, professional voice guy.
Number 2.
All right, number 2 is the position of all positions. I've talked to you about this position a lot during the offseason, BG. Mm-hmm. To me, it is the greatest concern on the Giants football team. I know there are many concerns.
I know where you're going, yeah.
But cornerback, CB, my friend, and it's a battle between 2 guys. I'd really love for one of the guys to return to the form he once was. This guy was a high draft pick. He's been playing for a lousy team. Now he gets the reset button pushed. He gets a new head coach, a fresh perspective. But that's Greg Newsome, who comes over from, of all teams, the Cleveland Browns, all right, where he was once a very high draft pick, all right? Yeah. And the kid that was picked this year very high by the Giants. They had high regards for this guy in the second round, Colton Hood out of Tennessee. Mm-hmm. So the battle between Greg Newsome and Colton Hood, will it land in the lap of the rookie, or will the rookie be mop-up duty for the veteran Greg Newsome, who once was very, very highly regarded and is trying to refine that form that he once had, both in college and his early years in the NFL. So I'm looking forward to that battle. Corner, Greg Newsome, Colton Hood. Let's go, baby.
I love it. Let me rephrase. The Giants need to find somebody to stay. I don't love the room, obviously, but
you hope somebody takes it though, right?
100%. Like, it has to be on the list. Obviously, it is such a critical piece of data. Here, I want to give a shout out to Adriana of the Giants Collective podcast. Right, so she went. The big Fanatics Fest event that's in New York.
Yes. Yep.
So a couple of days, for those who don't know, celebrities, sports stars, pop culture icons, it's not just sports stuff, but it's everything. And you all gather, there's pictures, autographs, you can pay for meeting your favorite, celebrities and everything. Anywho, Adriana's there, as a content creator and everything else, and she's there. And she runs into Deion Dawkins of the Buffalo Bills. And he does this thing. I don't know if you know what this is, Lurch. I barely knew what it was. Off-roading. Have you ever heard of that?
I have heard of off-roading, but I don't think it's the same off-roading that I'm thinking of. No, go ahead.
I think it may be. It's just, it's literally off-roading. It's where you drive off the road with ATVs or all kinds of other stuff. Anywho, that's apparently something Deion Dawkins does. And there must have been I don't know how they got together, but anywho, Adriana and Deion Dawkins off-roaded together somehow and were doing things. And so they were riding ATVs in the dirt hills or something for some reason. Anywho, so either before or after they get together in this little ATV car or something, she reveals that she's a Giants fan, and she says, boy, I'm concerned about the Giants cornerback room. And Deion Dawkins turns to Adriana and says, you should be. Like, they stink. And Adriana lost it. So, Lurch, I don't know if that makes you feel any better about that. I would imagine not.
Doesn't make me feel any better. And people will remember Deion Dawkins was the guy. It was in there in the Bills Hard Knocks that was doing the drifting. Remember, he was doing the drifting with the car. All right.
Yes.
But that guy's into wheels. He's like Mitchell Robinson. He's into these crazy wheels. Mitchell Robinson has all the pickup trucks. We got to see one of them at the big parade. But he has those things on display all the time. Deion Dawkins is definitely into wheels and cars. Yes. So,
but now he's taking shots really at your Giants corner. So that's something.
Rightly so, Deion. Deion, I'm on board with you. We better find one home.
Well, I will tell you this, and here's the Jets related tie to this: is Colton Hood was, like, a few days before the draft, he was called the dark horse pick for the Jets at 16th overall. People thought the Jets would have taken him in the first round. Obviously, he did not go in the first round. He fell to the second round to the Giants. So he's got a lot of upside. He's the other Tennessee corner. Everyone talks about, Jermond McCoy and that group, but he had the injury issues, fell to day 3 of the draft. He's a very talented guy. So, hey, if anyone can do it, you got to hope that it's Colton Hood. So corner has to be on your list, of course.
All right. So there you go. Corner on the list. All right. Let's go to number 1, Boy Green, on your list.
Here we go.
Number 1.
And what a beautiful segue, Lurch. I have corner at number 1 on my list for the New York Jets. Now, depending on the fan you ask, some people are more optimistic about this room than not. It sort of depends. And by the way, I see some blasphemy. Speaking of corners, where the hell is this guy? Wait a second. Where's this comment? I just saw this. Where is this? Where is this guy? Ah, here he is. Jets Worldwide says he still has that damn Sauce shirt on. So he sees this shirt I'm wearing. It says Jets in number 1. And he assumes that it says Sauce Gardner. And maybe it is, but maybe it's an Azaria Thomas shirt. But I don't have. I could turn around and show you, but I'll let the mind wander. Because perhaps did I pick this shirt up for $3 because it could have been on sale because a certain player's not on the team anymore? Maybe.
Or dare I say, BG, just to add one other layer to this thing, they sell shirts a lot of times like it says like number 1 dad or whatever. And sometimes they just have a team and number 1. And that's it. Like, think about what they do at the draft all the time, right? When the guys are coming up there,
the number 1 pick,
first rounders, they do the number 1, so this could just be number 1 Jet, I'm just Jets are number 1 kind of thing, so it could just be that with nothing on the back. That could be a blank back of that jersey.
It could be, and I don't have to prove it because I have nothing to prove. Okay, I'm my own man. But also, let's just say that you were right, Jets Worldwide. There was a Sauce Gardner. This is good. This is number 1 because we have the Colts' number 1 pick in 2027. So I'm trying to will into existence the good vibes, baby. So I don't know why you're trying to ruin it, Jets Worldwide. You get a membership handed to you on a silver platter from 12th Manchild over here, and we're getting that. Number 1 liar. How dare you? Okay,
Jets Worldwide going back and forth here with Boy Green. I love it.
But anywho, speaking of, Azaria Thomas is one of those corners. The corner room is interesting. They have Brandon Stevens, who Jet fans are a little split on. He's a bit of a divisive guy. He sort of stunk at the beginning of the year, picked it back up in the middle of the year, and he was sort of an average player. And you know what? The Jets have had so many free agency busts. If you give me an average guy, okay. It could be worse, could be better. I'm fine. You got Brandon Stevens. You got Azaria Thomas in the room. Nashawn Wright was a Pro Bowl corner for the Chicago Bears last year. He's interesting. And the Jets with the top 50 pick selected D'Angelo Pons, a national champion who got comps to Aaron Glenn. So I like him as well. So I think this Quantez Digger, shout out to him. This is a nice corner room. It's unproven, so there's questions about this group, but the competition, slot corners at D'Angelo Pons or Jarvis Brownlee Jr. on the boundary, Nashawn Wright, Azaria Thomas, perhaps. What's sort of happening there on the boundary corner? That's also something I'm curious about. So, yeah, corner number 1 on my list. I am intrigued. I can't wait to see it in person on Saturday to hopefully give you guys some updates on who's looking good, who's not, and hopefully plenty of interceptions are coming for this group this year.
Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, before I reveal my number 1 Boy Green, let's say hello to our sponsors today, Northeast Roofing Professionals, NERPCNY.com. Back in 30 seconds after this word from Northeast.
Finding the right local roofing company can be tricky. You don't want to hire the wrong roofers, or you could end up spending a fortune on repairs. The pros at Northeast Roofing Professionals can ensure your home is protected by a strong and sturdy roof. Locally owned and operated, over 30 years experience, free estimates, and competitively priced. Don't settle for an inexperienced roofing contractor. Turn to Northeast Roofing Professionals. Discounts for military and first responders. Reach out and let them put a sturdy roof over your head. NERPCNY.com. NERPCNY.com.
All right, we're back. Manchild Show with Boy Green Digital at MC Show Digital. Don't forget to like the video on the way in if you're not already a subscriber. Before we started today's live broadcast, we have 44 subscribers away from 1,000. If you can help get us there a little bit quicker, that would be awesome. So please feel free to subscribe to our channel. Make sure that you're on this link. I'll put it up here for you so you see the correct link. It's this one right here, youtube.com/@MC Show Digital. And that's where you want to subscribe. It's absolutely free and help get us to 1,000. That'll get us exposed to a lot more people as we get ready for a big football season, ready to start with veterans reporting to camp for both Jets and Giants tomorrow. Yeah, BG.
Now, Lurch, this may be something we should discuss off air, but you know what? Let's bring it on here.
All right.
If you, I'm trying to think of the right place. I mean, car places do this, other places do this, where like someone has a company, right? Mm-hmm. And you're a subscriber, you're a whatever, you're a consumer of their product, and they say, hey, Paul, I'm glad that you love us, but how about this? If you refer 5 customers to us, we'll give you $10 off, $15 off, whatever's going to happen. It happens all the time. What about this? for people that are watching the show go, we're already subscribed. What more can we do? How about this? What if we reward people for referring subscribers and they can prove it? Say, look, I got my brother, my
Oh.
sister, my cousin, my gardener, my nephew, and those could be raffle tickets towards our contest. So what about that? Mahar Khalil's watching right now. NC Green, perhaps. We have Soldier of God who's in there who we're going to get to some of his comments.
Very
in a second.
interesting.
Hey, bro, this just hit me while I'm sitting here as we're waiting for this 44 number. What about that? Like every 5 or 10 people or something, boom, there's some raffle tickets towards our contest, win free stuff. So we incentivize the people that are watching the show right now. There's more you could do. Get your brother, your sister, your cousin, your gardener, your nephew. Get them to subscribe and grow the family. Thoughts?
I like it. I like it.
All right.
It's a
So
good
there
thought.
you go.
It's a good thought.
Okay.
I'm always willing to reward those
Okay.
people that are helping us along our little journey. I mean, our journey's what, a little more than a year old now.
It is. We're
You know?
just a baby. Yeah,
We're about to pass we just passed our year anniversary.
we did.
A little baby, a little baby that was birthed from a 23-year monster, right?
Yep.
Like, geez, it's so humbling to go from, a 25-year venture, nearly 25-year venture to, oh, we're starting over here, Remember when we started the channel and I was like, we have like no subscribers. No one even knows we're here. What do we,
No.
how does this work? How
Right.
do people even find out that we're out here? And I've come to learn a lot about YouTube. I'm sure I still have a lot more to learn. Obviously, we were able to use our social media portals. We are on Instagram, we're on X, we're on Facebook for years and years. A lot of those carry over from our radio show days. So we had some people out there, so we could kind of, hey, put a little note out there, hey, we're over here. Hey, check us out. We're over on YouTube now. We're not on the radio anymore. And that was cool. That was a really cool thing to do. But still, the thought was, how are we going to get out to the masses? And it's through building. It's like grassroots, building right from the ground up, getting people interested in our content, letting them know that we are always providing it week in and week out. Here we are. We're nearly at 1,000 after a year. While those numbers may seem minuscule in the grand scheme of things, and probably are. We're certainly not Mr. Beast or Bryson DeChambeau, who's building an army on YouTube now as a golfer these days, doing all kinds of little contests with different celebrities and so on and so forth. It's still I'm still very, very proud of what we've accomplished here. And I'd love to get to that number, that nice round 1,000. Also, part of what I learned too is that, part of this is YouTube. And the more that we prove to YouTube that we put out consistent content, that people care about our content, and subscribers would be a perfect example of that, the more that YouTube says, hey, let's let these guys, let's let them spread their wings a little bit. Let's give them some other opportunities to reach some people who also like sports, who also like Giants, Jets, Bills, the things that we cover. And the more subscribers we get and the more clicks that we get, the more that YouTube does that for us. And then eventually that really helps grow the channel. So everybody started from humble beginnings. The thought is, can we go from humble beginnings to something a lot bigger? And that certainly is our hope. But we need every single one of you out there who already has clicked that button, who already has committed to watching us doing these live videos, watching the other content that we put out during the week, following the Jets, the Giants, and the Bills the way that we do. If you guys do your part, all of a sudden we can really, really grow. But really, really proud of everybody who's jumped in on this already. And for the people that interact with us regularly, you never forget those people who were there when it all started. So we're never going to forget any of you guys, right? But we still do want to build an audience beyond just what we have right now.
So what should we decide? Let's figure this out live right now. So these people that are motivated watching the show right now can work this magic behind the scenes while you give your number one. How many people should they be able to refer to get insert amount of tickets? How should it work? Let's figure it out.
That's a good question. All right. Well, what are you thinking? I think if you could get, at least a couple of friends, maybe 3 friends, 5 friends. I think 3
5's
or
just
5
a nice
that's
number.
sweet.
Okay.
All right. If you can get 5 friends to subscribe and you could prove us that you got 5.
Yeah. 5.
Then I will give that person 10 raffle tickets. How's that sound?
Boom. Okay. 5 friends, get them to subscribe and prove it in some way. Like you could just get your friend, hey, subscribe to this. I can be entered into this free raffle. And then they just take a snapshot. We can also see the number on our side, but you take a snapshot and say, look, subscribed, get that going. So people, there you go. If you MC Show Digital, let me throw it back up here on the screen, and then Lurch can give number one. And then we have another thing we need to get to here on the show. But there you go. There's the YouTube handle on the screen, youtube.com/@MC Show Digital. If you out in the audience can prove that you got 5 friends to subscribe to the channel, which by the way is free to do, free. Again, anyone in your universe, friends, family, anything, and send it to me. You can comment it in and show me, or text me, social media, anything. You can prove it. Lurch will give you how many raffle tickets do you say, Lurch?
10.
10. Boom. 10 raffle tickets. So, people, let's go. Let's see what movement we can make, and maybe we can make this 44 disappear like that. That'd be beautiful.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. So thanks to everybody who at any point makes the effort. Really do appreciate that beyond belief. All right, time for my number one, BG.
Yes, let's get to it. Number one. Number one in your hearts. Here it is. Play it, voice
Number
guy.
one.
Any idea what I might be thinking before I tell you number one?
Number one positional battle. Well, wide receiver?
It is wide receiver. Wide receiver
Okay,
is number one. Obviously, there are two guys that are expected to start, although both are in injury protocol right now.
Yeah.
One is, of course, Malik Neighbors, who the Giants hope and expect to get back on the field, hopefully sooner rather than later, maybe by the opening game. We'll see. The reports recently have been a little more positive. The Giants did not put Neighbors on the PUP list, Boy Green. So that's a good sign that he's going to be, doing that stuff on the side in camp initially, probably, and then working his way, hopefully, into some limited practices, and then maybe ultimately practicing in full. I don't know if he'll get on the field at all during the preseason games. We'll see. But the Giants' goal, regardless, is to try to get him ready for week one. And hopefully that doesn't fail. But there has been some progress with Neighbors. And then you've got Darius Slayton, who had the serious injury as well. And he's not going to be a part, at least of the early part of camp here as well. And those are supposed to be, by the way, the two bookend starters. And then everyone else is gravy. But it's the other guys that I want to talk about. And it's an army of them, Boy Green. And I guess it's who wins wide receiver 3 and wide receiver 4 out of this bunch. And here they are. And it is a bunch. One is a guy that the Giants traded up to get in this year's draft, and that's Malachi Fields.
Yep.
Now, Malachi Fields, in both the mini camp and the OTAs, a lot of positive things being said about him. He's on campus already now. A lot of positive things being said about him. He's a physical specimen. He's a different kind of receiver from those other two guys that I mentioned that are expected to start. So he would be kind of a bigger downfield target, a guy with a big catch radius, not a burner, but a guy that has some skills that the other two receivers maybe have to a lesser degree. So Malachi Fields is on that list. Obviously, if he could crack the lineup as a rookie, that would be huge for the Giants. But then you've got all these other guys, and they're all guys who have a name, okay? These are guys that we are very familiar with if you follow football. Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney has had some really terrific seasons in the NFL. He's also had some very mediocre seasons in the NFL, all right? Calvin Austin, all right? A guy that, in Pittsburgh was known a little bit as a burner, somebody that had a bright future. They decided to let him walk. He's in the mix. Juju Smith-Schuster is still hanging around, Boy Green. That's right. Juju is still hanging around. And if you look at his numbers across the last bunch of seasons, there has been some productivity when he has been in the right offense, in the right situation. And then, of course, the guy that's hoping to make the roster, that's John Harbaugh's good buddy, Odell Beckham Jr. Is he going to be in the mix for wide receiver 3 or wide receiver 4 is even going to make the roster? So Malachi Fields, Darnell Mooney, Calvin Austin, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Odell Beckham Jr. all battling for what likely are two, at least call them spots, okay? Spots of productivity. I know they're going to carry more than 4 receivers, right? What is a typical roster? Is it 5 or 6? Typical
yeah, I mean, it depends on the team. It could be 5, 6, 7, sometimes as many.
So
but
it's not even just making the roster here for these guys. It's who's going to be 3 and 4 and actually contribute to this wide receiver core. So I think that's quite the battle. And you've got fascinating, interesting names. I mean, is Juju still have it? Is Calvin Austin going to re-find himself with the new team? He's a very, very young guy with a lot of upside. Odell, again, trying to push the sun back up into the sky one more time. Darnell Mooney, who I think is kind of a proven entity to me in a lot of ways. I mean, to me, if I'm looking at that group, other than potentially the emergence of Fields, as just, wow, the Giants made a great pick here, picking this kid from Notre Dame. If Fields doesn't emerge, to me, Mooney is the logical choice probably to drop in there at wide receiver 3. But maybe Fields will beat him out. And then what about Odell and Juju? Is there anything left there? And what about a guy like Austin who's trying to kind of rebuild it? Like, it's just fascinating. It is to watch all of those guys in camp and try to figure out from a nuances point of view, who's better than the other guy or gives us something that the other guy doesn't give. I mean, those are the kind of choices that John Harbaugh and his crew are going to be having to make. It's not going to be easy for the Giants.
No. So your wide receiver 2 is who? Darius Slayton?
Yes, at this point, it's Slayton if he's healthy, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That was just my only other question. But yeah,
I don't love Slayton either, but that's the fact.
Okay. Well,
the Giants invested money in him.
They did.
So I don't see him sitting on the bench if he's healthy. Now, if he's not healthy, that's a different story. One of these other guys will get a swing. But if he gets back to full health, the expectation would be that he'd be on the other side of the field. Yes.
Okay. So there's our top 3 positional battles for the Jets and Giants, respectively. Now, Lurch, we claim to be, what is it, a New York football show? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the other team we haven't talked about is the Buffalo Bills. And we're not going to give a top 3 positional battles. Who cares? Okay. Here's what I want to do. I don't know if you heard about this, Lurch, but the Buffalo Bills revealed and released an alternate uniform today, and they're going viral on social media right now. And I saw we had someone in the chat, Soldier of God, talk about it. But before we get to his comments, Lurch, I'm going to show you these uniforms, and you can tell us. I'll show you a series of photos. We'll go through them. This is the Buffalo Bills, brand new alternate uniform. They're going to be wearing this on occasion. Okay. Here we go. Here it is. And I have to tell you, as I flash this on the screen, this is disgusting. This is really one of the worst uniforms ever. What is this red thing on the side of the helmet? It looks like a streak, like someone, like a samurai just cut through a blue. Like, look at this. The front of the helmet just looks blue. Like,
blue.
Who is this? Boise State? What's going on here?
Like, does look like Boise State.
I mean, honestly, and then just from that angle, you don't even see the red, and then you spin around the red. What is this disgusting,
this weird
red
V-like thing?
SMU. I mean, good night. This is awful. Strange. This is disgusting. This is one of the worst uniforms I've ever seen. And I get it. I'm a Jets fan, so it's going to be taken with a certain grain of salt. But look at the comments on social media. I'm not the only one that I just came across this during the show, and I'm like, oh God, oh geez, good Lord, this is disgusting, Lurch.
People try these uniform things, and sometimes they are absolute disasters. And this one is definitely a disaster.
I don't understand what's going on here.
Don't get this one at all. I don't know how that looks like the Bills, other than it has some of the Bills' colors.
Right, but like, where's the splash of red or something? Like, if you want to do a primary blue helmet, I think that has potential, but I don't understand what this red thing is. And then look at the jersey. It's just a gray blob of nothingness. What is Buffalo Bills outside of the jersey numbers? You can see it has a red trim and a white gut before you get to the blue base, and then you have the Bills logo on the front patch. But like, besides that, I would have no idea that this is Buffalo. What is this?
That's not good. Yeah, that's ugly, man. I'm with you. No argument on the other side on this one.
That's a 99%. Austrian is having throwing up emojis.
Yes, there you go.
Was up 44, aka
very ugly
our boy
helmets.
Aced Up 10 says very ugly helmets. Jets Worldwide says that was designed in Microsoft Paint. Very possible.
God, is that true?
No, not really. But he said that it looks like it. But everyone else did Francis, awful, man. We'll go to Soldier of God, who I saw earlier. He apparently was a fan. Let me pull up this comment. What did he say here?
Was he really? Wow.
Yes, which I was like, oh man. Yeah, there you go. I hate to admit it. The Bills' nickel uniform is so clean and nice, and the helmet is so nice. And now he saw everyone completely ripping it apart, and he said, so much for my comment.
Don't feel bad. We can all disagree, Soldiers.
Yeah, you're right. He said, so much for my comment. He thought he was like, it's like in a fantasy football draft, Lurch, that one guy that drafts a defense in the 7th round, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm about to start a run. People are going to start losing their minds. And then no one takes a defense for 5 more rounds. So you're like, oh. Okay, I misread that situation, or kicker. Ooh, I'm going to take a kicker right now. And no one else takes a kicker. So you think you're starting a trend.
And again, sometimes this is lighting. I will say this one thing about this uniform. The picture that you have in front of us right now is a good one to talk about it with. The way the outline of the 31 on that jersey kind of makes it pop off of that darker gray.
Definitely.
But I don't like. You're right. It looks more like Boise State than the Buffalo Bills. I just don't get how that's Buffalo Bills. So that's what really irks me and bothers me. But that piece of it kind of pops a little. I do like.
I agree. I won't lie. The jersey number, I like the combo. It is a red outline. There's a white inner border chunk, and then there's the base blue. So like,
like
it
that.
has, of course, all the Buffalo Bills colors.
That's the best part of it. If there's any
I agree.
redeeming quality, that's the redeeming
Yes.
quality right there.
But the problem is there's like, we're talking about lipstick on a pig here. Like, yeah, okay, that's somewhat redeeming, but not for the rest of the uniform. It's a gray blob of nothing. And I still, what is on the helmet? What is this? What is this? What is this? What is going on here? What is this? I don't know. Is it a red ribbon? Is it Christmas time? Is it? I just heard about that in the ballpark, right? Syracuse Mets playing Scranton Wilkes-Barre this past week. Okay, the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders. Is it Christmas in July? Is that what this is? Is this a red sash? Like,
what does that represent? Right? What does that mean?
And it's just a V. Like, is it? Daredevil?
It looks like something from outer space or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just too, it's kind of like the spaced out buffaloes that they put in front of the stadium. That you just
that's
all right, man. Whatever artist got into this and decided, hey, let's do all these angles and make a buffalo look like a space thing, and you're just like, they're buffaloes. Like, if you've ever driven on the New York State Thruway, and I know a lot of people in our audience probably have. I know we have some out-of-staters, but you drive down if you've ever gone through Buffalo on the New York State Thruway, along the way, and you won't miss them. Okay, they have like this. They're like 3 or 4 just buffalo statues that are just sitting right alongside in this grassy area that's very visible along the New York State Thruway. Yeah. And of course, it's to represent the Buffalo Bills.
Sure.
There's no Bills sign or anything there. It's just you just see these buffaloes, and they're cool, and you're just like, whoa! And they're literally like kind of remade versions of what a real buffalo looks like. They've got the big hairy face, the darker hair on the face, and then the brown body, and the jacked up muscular. I mean, that's what buffalo look like. They're very, very ominous, large, powerful looking creatures, and whoever did that sculpture on the New York State Thruway, I mean, killed it. I mean, just like you can't take your eyes off it. I drive by and I'm like, whoa, those look so real. That's so cool. Yeah. And then they build a new stadium where they could have done something a little more like that. And they do like these space buffaloes and like, it's just, I don't get it. They're cool in their own way, but they're just not like, to me, they don't stand the test of time. Like, if you think it's cool the first time you see it, by the 5th time you see it, you're like, oh, that's kind of stupid. Those buffaloes, I've driven by them dozens of times. I think they're cool every time I drive by them. Some things stand the test of time and some things don't. I don't think those buffaloes outside the stadium, while first glance, you might say, ooh, kind of cool, different, And by the 10th time, you're like, yeah, what exactly are those stupid things? That's not what a buffalo looks like.
And I'm coming to this conclusion right now. This is the first time I'm seeing this, and I'm already sick of this. This is terrible. First time, 5th time, 10th time. I hope I never have to watch it again.
I don't know. I mean, again, the color of that helmet and the front of that helmet, it just looks like, I mean, yeah, if you just like, use your eyes and block off the Bills logo below.
The Boise State Broncos are roaring through. SMU, perhaps the Mustangs.
All you got to do now is do the blue field, and you'll be in business.
100%.
You wear those unis on the blue field. Paint the grass blue for the day. All right, there you go.
Yeah. There you go. Some more from JoJo. That's one of the worst uniforms I've ever seen. Yeah, and Soldier of God's like, that's what happens to me with these uniforms. Right? He was the only one defending it temporarily, and then he folded like a cheap suit.
Sorry, Soldier.
Matt Perino, he's a Buffalo Bills reporter out there on social media. He's trying to defend this, saying like, hey, these actually aren't bad, and people are lighting them up right now in the comments. So,
hey, Soldier of God did have a comment here about what I was talking about with the Giants before.
Malachi,
he's a big Notre Dame fan about Malachi, the receiver for the Giants, Malachi Fields, and he says he's a possession monster and a good with contested catches down the sidelines. Will also surprise a corner and get behind them from time to time. So, all right, man, sounds good. Let's get a rook in the lineup. I like it.
By the way, Soldier of God, fellow Notre Dame Golden Domer, brother. I don't know if you could see this because I'm packing up now.
Got the gold helmet
right here. The gold helmet signed by Rudy. Shout out to my pop for getting me that surprise. The real Rudy. You're not Sean Astin. Although that'd be cool too. I do love Sean Astin, but no, that is the real Rudy back there. So a prized possession. Super cool. Shout out to Pop. But yes, go Notre Dame. Go Irish.
All right. While we're pontificating, let's open up the phone lines for people, Boy Green, so we can do members-only phone calls again. We do this throughout our live broadcasts, try and get a piece of of time for every broadcast to get in some phone callers. So we'll do that. We'll keep that open until we close things out. And we'll continue talking through some of these topics. I also starred a couple of comments, so I'll bounce on over there while you're doing that, BG. And
hey,
get
real
them
quick
out there. Go ahead. Yep.
The only thing I want to say as I'm setting this up is for people who don't know or don't understand, because I saw someone asking about the phone calls earlier, this is for members only. And if you don't know what that means, there's a big join button, whether you're watching on the MC Show digital channel or the Boy Green channel, and it says join. And you will see that there's a membership level. That gives you the raffle tickets to all these prizes we were talking about earlier and the ability to call into the show for these shows. So, folks, that's what it means. There's a join button on your screen, whether you're watching on your phone, your tablet, your computer. You have to be a member to have your call accepted. But go ahead, Birch.
All right, some comments here I'm going to jump into here. Jamie, the FedEx guy, Boy Green, you're going to have to explain this to me. He says, Boy Green, ask Manchild if the number 4.77 means anything to him.
4.77.
Do you have any idea what he's talking about?
It could be a 40-yard dash time, perhaps, of somebody,
so.
but
it's got to have something to do with fantasy football. You know that.
Right.
4.77. I don't know.
It's nothing's jumping to my head.
Anybody in the audience has any idea what Jamie the FedEx guy is talking about here? Chime in on the comments. All right, I'm lost on that one, but Jamie is always a mystery wrapped inside a riddle, right? He's an enigma. He's a mystery wrapped inside a riddle, wrapped inside of whatever the heck it is. Okay, some other comments coming in here. If Sanders is healthy, he'll be the kicker. He was pretty good not too long ago, Boy Green. So NC Green 73 feeling confident about Jason Sanders, the former Miami kicker.
Yeah, I agree.
He was good when he was with the Dolphins.
Yeah, he's a former All-Pro, and also specifically because, of course, we have these stats available. He has performed well at MetLife Stadium specifically. So that also is a factor. That's part of it. So yes, I'm confident if he could stay healthy, but can he stay healthy? I don't know. So I'm nervous. Nick Folk gave me comfort. When I went to bed at night, I had a warm, tingly feeling in my belly about Nick Folk. Jason Sanders, I get a little queasy, I'm at the top of a roller coaster. Not sure where this is going to go.
There you go. Here's a good one from my earlier comment. Keep it simple, RC saying, I'm amused, Lurch, talking about the Manchild's musings for members only. That'll be coming our way here during football season. He's amused by me. Okay, well, I hope you're amused by my musings, which will be coming members only. So if you're not already a member, keep it simple. Join so that you can get my musings and see if it truly does muse you. Go ahead, BJ.
Yes, we're streaming live on 3 different platforms right now. My Twitter account, @BoyGreen25, at MC Show Digital, of course, on YouTube, and my YouTube channel, @BoyGreen25. On both the Boy Green channel and the MC Show Digital channel, the members-only call-in link is pinned. It is pinned. So there you go. It is a pinned comment to both of our YouTube channels. So you guys should be able to call in if you are a member. And yes, I see that Ace Step 10, excuse me. He says, I signed up the other day, Boy Green, but didn't realize I wasn't a member anymore, but it's all fixed now. He's talking about my fantasy football league.
Oh, cool.
Yes. Yeah, we have a coffee club league and an espresso club league, which is pretty cool. So yes, you're all square. Thank you so much for setting that up. We want to make sure we have it for members only. So it's great to have you back, part of the family, Arthur. And good luck this season. We've got a few more spots left that we're filling up, so appreciate it.
Here's one from Jamie, the FedEx guy, a Hall of Fame member, says, Jacoby Brissett got a pay bump. Let's talk about that, Boy Green. I was wondering what is taking Arizona so long here to do something with this guy. He clearly was their best quarterback last year. He actually had a really nice season, all things considered. When asked to throw, he threw it. When asked to work behind a very bad offensive line, he did it. And he made, I know they didn't win a lot of games, the Arizona Cardinals, but he made their offense pretty productive. I don't understand what the weighting was here. He got a reasonable deal. I think it was a little less than $15 million a year. It's just a 1-year deal, which is also fascinating. So Jacoby Brissett theoretically will be on the free agent market next year for someone that's either looking for a backup or looking for, dare we say, the old, partial start. What do we call it? Bridge start. I think that's the word I was looking for. If you're looking for a bridge, Jacoby Brissett could be your bridge next year. Yeah. But I guess he's going to be the quarterback of the Cardinals this year, although they weren't even committed that he's number one, which was another bizarre thing that he's not their number one. Who the heck else do they have in that camp that's going to be number one? Jacoby Brissett.
Gardner Minshew and Carson Beck are the only other two guys in the room. And maybe there's a curiosity if you're a Cardinals fan to eventually see what Carson Beck has. He was the first pick in the 3rd round. That's a pretty high pick. You invested into Carson Beck to see what he is. But, the only hesitation I have to imagine is the Cardinals in their organization going, should we tank this year? Do we want to win games? Like, well, I guess Jacoby Brissett was our quarterback, and we still didn't win games last year. Like, that has to be the only demons they were battling individually, because obviously it makes no sense. So shout out to Jacoby. Again, it's not an extension. He's simply just making more money. Clearly, Brissett and the Cardinals both agreed that his minuscule salary, which is paying him like $2 or $3 million, was nowhere near representative of his contributions to the team. And they had just dumped Kyler Murray, so clearly he was the most proven guy left on the team. So no, this made sense. It was weird it took so long, but good for everything.
All right, so now I think we can unwrap the mystery and the riddle and the so on and so forth. Let's bring him in, one of our members. He's Hall of Fame member, Jamie the FedEx guy. Boy, let's start with this comment. Jamie, welcome to the show, by the way.
Hey, fellas.
What does the 4.77 mean? Boy Green doesn't know. I don't know. We're both a mystery wrapped in a middle. We're an enigma.
Boy Green. And me and Manchild, we have other ventures in our life, and he was quite salty that I made $4.77 yesterday because he said I cheated the system.
What?
Now I know what you're talking about.
What is he talking about?
477. Oh my!
So
God.
what is that? What is he talking about, Lurch?
All right. So do you want me to let the cat out of the bag, Jamie? You want to tell people what this is all about?
Yeah, you can tell him, Manchild. You were the one that was salty.
As you know, BG, and I don't know if you knew that Jamie does as well. Like, he really needs to be driving any more than he already drives every day in his life. But during the summer months, I go out. Gosh, sorry about that.
No, I get you emotional. I can tell you about.
Yeah, it's very emotional for me. I go out and I do deliveries. For extra cash.
Yeah, sure.
And so there was a glitch in the system. In the I do deliveries for DoorDash. Okay. So there was a glitch in the system. And on Sundays, you're familiar with a place around here, Boy Green. They have several locations, but one of them is right here in the North Syracuse area, close to where I live. Brooklyn Pickle. Right? Heard of Brooklyn Pickle? A lot of people order deliveries from Brooklyn Pickle. They make big fat sandwiches. I'm giving Brooklyn Pickle a nice free plate.
Hey, by the way, how far do you travel for this DoorDash thing, Larch? Can you come to Oswego and drop me off a Brooklyn Pickle sandwich? What's that?
If I got that order, I'd probably hit decline. I'm not driving all the way up that Oswego for you.
Unless
it was a $30 order, I might take the time to go up. All
right,
the tip was big enough, Boy Green. I'll drive just about anywhere.
All right, I'll keep you posted on that. All right.
So Brooklyn Pickle, at least the North Syracuse area one, is closed on Sundays. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. All right.
And oddly, both Jamie and myself were out at the same time yesterday.
Oh, competing against one another.
All right. Yeah, both dashing in the same area, dare I say.
Dashing.
And we're messing with each other, texting each other back and forth. And I got an order from Brooklyn Pickle. And he had told me a week or two ago that he got an order from Brooklyn Pickle, and Brooklyn Pickle is closed on Sundays. So you can't pick up orders at a closed store. And yet people were still glitching the system, able to order from Brooklyn Pickle. So then if you're the dasher, what do you do? If you're the driver, you drive to Brooklyn Pickle and go, oh, what the heck? The doors are locked. There's nobody here. I can't bring this order to anybody. Nobody's making sandwiches today. So long story short, he told me all about it. And I was like, oh, boy, hopefully they get that straightened out,
Right.
But what they'll do is if you go to a store that's closed, if somehow they have made the mistake of putting a store in the mix that isn't currently doing deliveries, all right, and is closed in this case, if you go to the location, you get half the pay. So if it were a $10 order, you'd still get $5 for driving.
Even though
over
you
Brooklyn
didn't do
Pickle.
anything, like you drove over, but didn't pick.
You got to do
up.
a few things in the app, like you got to tell them the store was closed, and you got to you got to take a picture of the building showing the doors are locked. If you can, you shoot a little hours thing, not open on Sundays.
In the world,
you send that to the DoorDash people, and then they say, "Okay, you're clear. We'll wipe it off your screen. Go to your next delivery, and by the way, here's half pay for that delivery." All right. So interestingly enough, yesterday. First, I got a relatively small order at Brooklyn Pickle, and I knew it was closed. I was like, today's Sunday. Brooklyn Pickle's closed. So you can, as a dasher, and I'm sure that people out there that do Uber Eats and other driving apps that go out there and deliver, you can just decline an order. You can just say, no, thanks. I already know it's closed. I'm not wasting my time going over to Brooklyn Pickle. So I did that for the first order, which was a small order. Maybe it was $6. So if I had done what Jamie said I do, drive over there, right, take a picture, I could have got $3 for doing nothing other than driving over to Brooklyn Pickle. I didn't want to do that. I thought that was a waste of time. Then a little later, a second order for almost $10 came to my phone, you know, and said, hey, go get Brooklyn Pickle. I'm like, Brooklyn Pickle again, right? I thought for a second, like, maybe I should just drive over there and take the $5, right? Because I was right near Brooklyn Pickle.
Sure.
But I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's bogus. So I hit decline. I hit decline. It went to him because he's nearby. He's very close to where I was. We're in the same neighborhood. And he took the order, drove to Brooklyn Pickle, took the pictures, and cashed in $4.77. And then I said back to him after he told me about it, you're a cheater. You're a bum. You know, I like badmouth them for doing it. So
that is
hilarious. Funny story out
hilarious.
there on the delivery route between me and Jamie.
I love that. That is friggin' hilarious.
Crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let me-
And then Boy
go
Green,
ahead.
I even taught the man-child the process when I was making the money.
Yeah, when he's telling me this is how you do it.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, let me tell you this. So, you guys tell me. So you guys know that I'm in the middle of a move, and
Yeah.
like, so I'm packing up rooms that like maybe I just didn't peruse very often. It just
know.
you know, stuff just piles up. So I open this closet door. I'm like, oh my God, I've got like 20 books sitting here, and I'm
Yes.
like. And I'm looking, and they're just random, but some are like, you know, I've got a bookshelf behind me, so even more books of like interesting books that I've read, and I'm like, yes, I really love that. But I go in this class, and there are school books, like not that I like rented, like I had to buy, and then I'm like, geez, I'm not just gonna throw these away. Like I paid so much money for them, so I stubbornly just kept them for some reason. And I have a bunch of books. It's like 20 books. It's reading books. It's school books, all kinds of stuff. And my fiance tells me there's an app that you can sell your books, any books.
Okay.
Scan it in, and they will buy your books. And I'm like, oh my
Good
God.
idea. Get rid of the
And
books.
I'm like, way to go, Paul. You've held on to them for all this time. This is your moment. See, all those people that called you an idiot for keeping these books. Look at you, buddy. Now's your time. And
Yeah.
I grab at all these books, and I start scanning them, and it tells you immediately how much they will give you for the
2
book.
cents, 5 cents. Go ahead.
And
Nothing.
I have to tell you, so I get like, so I look through all these books. Some of them are super high quality. They're like
Yeah.
great books on like,
Uh-huh.
I'm making this up, Derek Jeter or something. But like,
Yeah.
okay, like I read it, and I'm not a Yankees fan, so like,
Right.
yeah,
The Derek
pass
Jeter
the business.
biography. Give it away.
Yeah, I don't care. So I scan some of these books, and these books are like, when you bought them, are like $30 or $40. These are expensive books, $25, $30, anything. And so I scan it, the first one, and I'm like, there must be a mistake. There's no way this is right. It says 11 cents. I'm like, 11 cents. I can walk out my door
You're
right now
getting-
to a
you're
yard
getting
sale and say
pennies. Yeah.
$5 a book or something, and I'm sure I'm going to sell a bunch of these books. And so I'm like, that must have been a mistake. So I scan another one, 5 cents. Scan
Yeah.
another one, 15 cents. Scan another
You
one,
get
20
rid of
cents.
them, but it'll pennies on the dollar.
And then as I start doing this, I sit there for a second. I'm like, what am I doing? Is this worth it? Like, I'm getting rid of these books because they're just here. But I mean, I'm getting a minuscule amount of money, and I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Like, let's just see how much it all is. And then on some of the books, I thought, like, come on, like, are they even going to accept this book? It was like $2. I'm like, what? This book you
This
will pay
piece
me
of trash
$2
is
for?
$2?
Even
Yeah.
this Derek Jeter book? You're gonna give me 5 cents?
I just
for
popped
it?
in Catcher in the Rye. They only offered me 2 cents for crying out loud.
That's
Now
what
I
I'm
got
saying.
this
Like,
lousy book that sold 10 copies and it's worth
And
$2.
Lurch, I
Right?
literally have a Shakespeare book over there from college, right?
Uh-huh.
You're in college, one of these literary classes. I got
Yeah.
it, and it's like 30 cents. I get this
Oh my God.
stupid art book that like is nothing. It's like, it's not even high quality. And I
Yeah.
did it $2.50. I'm like, what? How does
Wow.
that make any sense? So anywho, I scan all these books, and then
God.
I get to the end of this, scanning all the books. And some of them they don't take, like they're like, we have too many of those.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
sorry,
sorry.
pal. Figure out what you want to do with them. And I get
Time
to the
and the
end
love
of
of Calera didn't make it. Yes, I
Right.
get it. Yep.
yeah. So I get to the end
Loving
of
the
this
time of
rainbow-
Calera. I should say,
Yeah.
loving the time of Calera.
Right. And I get to the end of this, and it's $11.21. And I'm like, and I'm looking at them. They're two big piles of books that are at least 4 feet in the air. Or something. And here's what they do. Okay. So I have $11.22. They say all you have to do is you got to pack all those books in boxes, take it to a FedEx store, and we Jamie, you're the perfect guy. I didn't even think about this when I was putting this all together. So swing by my house later, pick up these books. But you go to this thing, and then they will pay for shipping. You just tell them to scan some QR code from the app on the phone. They say they slap the sticker on the box, and boom, they'll take the boxes for you. But then as I realized at the end, I'm like, am I going to drive all the way there, give them 50 books for $11? Is this even worth it anymore? Like, what am I doing? So yes, I
By the way,
experienced
great
that literally
comments
yesterday.
coming in. I'm just going to jump into some of them. Stupid art book by Jets
Oh yeah, and
Worldwide.
Jets Worldwide. He's an
Yeah.
art teacher, so that's
There you go.
I'm
Sorry
so
about
out.
that, Worldwide.
I'm so sorry. Yeah,
I felt a bad show jumping in. I felt the same way throwing away my Disney VHS tape collection years ago. Yes,
and I've
worth
got
nothing,
this.
right? Bad show worth nothing for crying
In
out
that
loud.
closet, I have VHS tapes, but I don't want to get rid of them. Like for what? Like, is there a? I'm sure there's an app. There's an app for everything. There's a VHS scanning thing. I'm sure I could sell those for 5 cents a piece. Like, oh, good lord.
Jay Con says, goes to show we were lied to our whole lives
Oh,
in
yeah.
history class. There you go.
That these are important and history means
Yeah,
something.
right.
Like, good lord. I couldn't believe, like, it made no sense to me. The books that were in their mind deemed expensive, which was $1 or $2. Unbelievable.
How about this one, Paul? Did you read the Among the Hidden Books that you when you were a
Yes.
kid? I
Yes.
started reading them with my wife and kiddo the other night. Batshaw getting busy with books.
Well, some of them I will say, right? So I'm going through this and I'm getting very dejected by I spent $50, $100 on some of these school books. I'm like, geez, am I going to sell this for 11 cents? Do I even want it? And I'm going through this angel devil on the shoulder. And some of them I'm like, you know what? I will keep this for my children. You know what? Screw it. I'm not going to take a nickel. Like I just refuse. There's no way. But I have like 50 books over here. Apparently I have to find boxes in and then tape it up and then bring, and I'm like, do I even want to do that? I don't know. So apparently I think I'm going to be dropping these off at some FedEx store later, but there you go.
Fair enough.
And Boy Green, me and Manchild, we got the same brain, so we're gonna be doing a lot of sniping that draft night.
Oh boy. That's what I'm concerned. I'm concerned about the sniping. I can't remember everyone in the draft order. I'm sure you know it by heart, but I just have to see where everyone else fits in the puzzle and who's going to block me. Because I've done a few mock drafts and I like what's happening, but I know you animals were not in those mock drafts. So like the situations I dabbled in Dreamland, oh, this would be phenomenal. And then we get the draft day and you guys are just, hey, Boy Green, do you like getting kicked in the sack?
Yeah.
What? So like
Anything else on your agenda, Jamie? Go ahead.
No, just last thing. I don't know if you guys commented on this one or not, but do you think that Kyle Shanahan injury is a big deal? No big deal? Because he's limited at training camp?
Yeah, we didn't talk about this, Lurch. I assume you saw this story?
Yes.
Yeah, so Kyle Shanahan got in a very serious car accident in the middle of July. He had 40 stitches in his face.
It's amazing that it stayed quiet all this time, that it didn't get out.
Right. There's some journalistic antenna being raised about how all that went through. Mike Florio wrote a piece about it and says that's very suspicious. And apparently maybe some backwood deal between the media that got part of the story and saying, hey, here's how to work. There's some accusations out there. About one 49ers reporter tweeted out in the 7 hours before the story came out. He said, hey, I think there's some interesting news going to be shared today. That's all I would say. And everyone goes, what does he talk about? Is it Brandon Ayuk? Is it this or this? And then that story came out and people came to the comments, whoa, what the hell happened? So how did you know? So yeah, I mean, it's very scary. Again, to be in any car accident, I've unfortunately been in a few in my life. Broken nose, 3 broken ribs, 40 stitches, severe concussion. Oh yeah, these are all the details that came out from Schefter. And
you're talking about? Oh, I thought you were talking about you. I was like,
oh Jesus, no, God,
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Shanahan got banged up bad.
Right.
Yes,
no.
The worst severe concussion was part of it.
Yes,
wow.
Yeah, the worst that ever happened to me, and this was bad. I was driving to this before I went to Oswego. I was at oh my God, Cayuga Community College at the Auburn campus. And I was going for my final exam, my final test. And I'm driving from Oswego to Auburn. And I'm driving, and all these details. I have plenty of time. I'm in no rush. I left early. I'm good. I'm just going down the street. I'm driving from Oswego to Auburn. And I'm in a 55, and there's a car in front of me going 35. And I'm like, what is this person doing? Let's move. And eventually I just go, F it. And it's a 1-lane road. I jump in to pass him. And when I go to pass him, in my head, I want to pass him very quickly because coming on the other side. So I go in the other lane and I slam my foot on the pedal, to try to accelerate as quickly as possible to go around him. What I did not know is there was a car in front of his car and it was turning left.
Oh, God.
So I jumped to pass him, slam my foot on the pedal. There's a car turning and it's a split second. Oh shit. And I just grab my wheel and just swerve it as hard as I can. And my car flips in midair and it smacks into an embankment. And like, thankfully, the car that I hit that was turning left at a stationary position, like I barely grazed them. I'm the one that took all the damage, thankfully, because there were kids in the car, and oh my god, that would have, like I would have never been able to live the rest of my life.
Right? So
yeah, 100% my fault. And I swerve and I'm flying in midair, and I just can still remember how slowly time is going by as I'm flying in the air, just going, "What an idiot! You're an idiot!" And I slam into the embankment, and my car gets crushed. And the only way they could get me out is the jaws of life had to peel my car out and get me out. And I'm lucky that like my head bashed off something. My hat, I always wear hats, was hanging to the roof because of the collision impact. And the rest of the car caved in except for my seat. I didn't break any arms. I didn't break any legs. I had a concussion. I had scratches. The seatbelt saved me, all kinds of things. I would have died. And so that's the worst car accident I ever had. They used the jaws of life, pull me out, put me in an ambulance, drive me somewhere. And that was to my final class, my final test. It was over. My community college was over. I was set to graduate a week or two later and went to Oswego. So I had a horrific car accident. And so, yeah, you know, that lives with you forever.
All right, James, anything else before we let you go? I guess he's out. I don't know. I saw he muted his video because he's out doing deliveries.
Because he's in delivery.
No big deal.
Yeah,
all right.
100%. But thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Jamie.
All right. We got some others. Want to jump in with Mr. Famous Fulton, who's in
okay, sure. Yeah, let's bring him in. Mr.
Hey, guys. How you guys doing?
All right, my friend. How are you?
Still not feeling better.
Oh, yeah, he got hit by a softball.
I got the video.
Let me see the video.
Video? He's going to show us video of him getting hit with a softball?
I believe it. I have not. I saw that you emailed it to me, but I haven't reviewed the footage. So we may be all looking.
And I sent it in the private chat actually too.
Okay, yeah, let me
did you get hit by a pitch, or did you get hit by a ball that was being tossed across the infield? Was it a line drive and you were in the field yourself?
Well,
how'd you get hit?
My softball coach hit it. Well, my softball coach was trying to pitch it to me, and then it hit it, and it hit my head like crazy.
Okay, so it was a pitched ball, and it hit you in the head.
Okay, so apparently we have footage. I have not seen this. We're all seeing this for the first time. This is from my email.
Why would we not roll the footage here? What did he have, a helmet cam on during this? Go ahead, I got to see this footage. This is incredible. It's like he was wearing a helmet cam while he got plunked. I got to see this.
So here we go. Let's go to the footage, Mr. Famous Fulton. Here
not to make light of your situation, Mr. Famous Fulton, but it is kind of funny.
Off the bat. Oh, geez.
Tricky situation there. Was that truly the coach's fault? No. Not really the coach's fault. No. Off your bat, you kind of told
right
yourself.
In the face.
Wow. That brings back. I'll offer this quick story. Oh my God, this is a great video.
I know that's what happened. So
is that your mom? Is she going? Oh God. Is that your mother?
Yeah, who's
yep,
screaming
that's
in the
my mom.
That's your mom? Like,
and then
my
friend Max's mom too. So
yeah, right there.
You got like a fat black eye now, Mr. Famous. You know,
I don't know yet.
Everything okay?
I'm going to the doctor today, so hopefully I can get that checked out.
Well, thanks for sharing that video. That's like right out of America's Most Dangerous videos, right there.
Good Lord.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, that's right in the face, off the bat too. Because man, if you're getting ready for the bat and you smack, and then the speed, boy,
it makes me think of two things. I'll do these two very quick.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Number one, I used to be an umpire. I umpired a lot of games, and you get hit by foul balls.
Of course,
as an umpire, I try to hide behind a catcher, but I've gotten hit on the hips, on the knees, in different places. You have padding, but it would just always catch me in a place where I didn't have padding, in the hand.
Of course, that's always what happens.
So I've had some of those happen to me, and of course, I have that story, Boy Green. And when I was golfing, when I really stunk at golf, I haven't done this. Hopefully, I'll never do this again in my life. I hit a golf ball straight up. All right, straight up into the air. It came back and plunked me right directly on the head, and that sent me to the ground briefly. So there you go. I've had some dare I say conflicts with the ball games as well, Mr. Famous. So sorry that happened to you. I hope you feel better,
my God.
Yeah, just keep me in your prayers, guys, and hopefully I'll feel better by soon. But it's going to take a couple of days to heal. So.
Of course. Right. Well, thank you.
Thanks
Mr.
for checking in. I hope you feel
better. Thank you, guys.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Thoughts and prayers going out to Mr. Famous.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness. That was a great video.
I couldn't believe there was video
make light
footage
of the situation.
No, well, of course.
Outstanding video footage where it literally, we saw it plunk the bat and go directly around his helmet, directly into
right in
the
face area.
Whether he caught that on the beak, did he catch it in one of the eyes?
It looked like it was looked like upper eye socket, like probably above the eye, probably in the eyebrow area.
He's probably got a black eye or some,
I would imagine some
discolorment, dare I say, around
definitely,
his eye.
Definitely. Yeah, there's some internal bleeding happening there. There's some internal bleeding.
Absolutely. Classic.
Wow. Okay.
Classic.
Yeah. Wow, Mr. Legend, we're thinking about you. Yeah,
good.
And
James
some nice
is back in the house. Let's go to James next.
Let's go to James. Yeah, he's our guy. Let's go to James. What's up, James?
He's smoking a stogie or something, or he's vaping. What are you up to there, James?
That was an orbital shot, right?
An orbital shot.
Yeah,
you got to get ready for it some way, right? Got to take a shot.
I would have ice on that thing for the next 24 hours and leave it on. Don't
give him a big steak. We'll throw one of those steaks on there.
Yeah, a frozen bag of peas or something. Yeah.
Exactly.
Ice,
you know what I've done? I've taken a shot off the shin, from a foul ball, but never in the face. You listen to the Fan, right?
Yes.
You guys listen to the Fan, right? So Jerry Recco, he was playing golf. Remember when he hit the shot and went right off the tree? That makes me. I'm sorry.
We've all had our accidents. I know.
Yeah. It's not funny.
We've all been in these silly
situations. We relate.
It is what it is.
Even Mr. Famous will laugh.
Let's talk about relation. I've been hit by a car twice. You know that. October 31st, 2017 on 39th Avenue in Flushing, Queens. And then just on April 19th, Sunday morning, 10:30, in the Walgreens parking lot over here. And it's not fun. It sucks. It hurts. And I've been into another car accident where the car flipped. We had this the windows anti-locked, so we couldn't, the car flipped on its roof. No. We couldn't, so we had to take our shirt off, punch out the thing, crawl out, cut the shit. It was a nightmare. So I feel really bad for this guy. Dude, it was crazy.
Oh God.
But I feel really, really bad for this guy. I really do. 40 years old but when did this happen?
Over the weekend, I think. I think you said over.
Yeah. Over the weekend is when it happened for full time.
It happened over the weekend. I thought you said it happened like.
Oh, my car accident. I thought you were talking about Mr. Famous Fulton. Oh, me. Yes. Oh, yeah. Mine was 13 years ago. So, it was in 2013. I was finishing up my, whatever you call it. That would have been my associate's degree in Auburn. So, so it was about 13 years ago this happened.
I'll see you down south.
No, still up in New York for college, but it was Auburn. Oh, yeah, I should have been more clear. Right. You say like Mexico, people think Mexico.
I thought you meant Auburn.
Yes, Auburn, New York. I mean, yes. My apologies. Yes.
Yeah, you're good. So what happened?
Oh, yeah. So thankfully, like I said, the most important so I was unconscious for a little bit. I just remember it all happening. And I just said, we're on the internet, but I just went, the first two words that came to my mind was, oh, fuck. And then my head just slammed against the steering wheel. And I remember someone screaming, buddy, are you okay, man? Someone from the house ran over because they just saw this guy crashed into his yard. And he's like, dude, are you okay? They're on their way, man. And I just overheard, but it's like, it's almost like in those war movies, a bomb goes off. It's just this
it's like, yes, 100%. It's very strange when it happens. Yeah, I know.
Right, and it's almost like you're dizzy and confused, like you're looking and everything's blurry. And I'm just
everything moves slower though. For me, everything moves slower.
Right, the actual accident of me, me jumping the other lane, hitting the pedal to metal, seeing the car turn left, and just saying, "Oh shit," and then just swerving the wheel, and then I hit the car, and it must have helped me lift up in the air because I'm in midair and I'm just floating in air in real time. That must have been a second and a half. To me, it felt like 20 years. I just remember,
of course,
looking around, floating in midair of this car, and just going, "Oh shit, it's about to be not very good." Thankfully, like I said, I had a few busted ribs. The seat belt cut into my neck because it restricted when I slammed in. Wow. But again, concussion, and then again the hat. My hat I had my seatbelt on, but my head bashed off something, and the hat was just hanging above my head because it
get the hell out of here. That's why you're meant to wear hats, PG.
Yeah, apparently, right. And so hopefully maybe that saved me with some little cushion or something. But it was crazy. They pulled me out, and I was in the hospital for a day or two, and boom. You got out. So thankfully, thank God.
That's why, like, I tell my sister all the time. She's about to have her first kid, and I told her, I said, listen, things are so delicate. Like, you never know. Just going around the corner to the grocery store, especially in New York, like things are pretty busy and crazy over here. Like, at least down here, and like, you know, you can never be too careful in life. It's really, really crazy. And when things like that happen, it kind of puts things into perspective. For me, it has, like, it, dude. You know me. I'm a pretty passionate guy, but like, I've calmed down. I've calmed down a bunch after all this stuff has happened because, you know, you never know. Like, it could be taken from you in an instant. Whenever he calls you, and that's it. And that's
the people
way
who
it
were
is.
visiting the
So,
Space Needle yesterday, right?
Yeah, guys, I love the show. Keep it up. Don't stop. And
thanks, James.
I guess we'll talk soon, guys.
Yeah,
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Man.
Yeah, thank you,
Appreciate
James.
That, man.
Yeah, appreciate
crazy,
the
man. Crazy stuff happens to people, man.
Yeah. But it does make you cherish life again, because that's what it did for me. In any close life situation I've had a car accident here or there. Some car accidents are just like, come on, guy. Someone ran into me in Syracuse, but thankfully it wasn't high speed. So, like, thankfully it was just an inconvenience with the car and things. So I appreciate that. Hey, Mac, Lurch, is this enough for another raffle ticket?
We'll give him a ticket. Yeah, give him a ticket. There you go. I was give somebody a ticket. Right. I know the threshold is $3, but he's in for $2. I'll give him a ticket. I'll even give him a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, Mac in, $1.99 super chat asking the following question. Has Baker signed? The answer right now, Boy Green, unless it's happened in the last 5 minutes, is Baker still hasn't signed. Talk ongoing.
Yes.
Saw a report literally
Jeremy Fowler
less than a half hour ago.
Okay, maybe not.
That they're still chatting and that there's nothing decided. Also, there's some thought that Baker might be willing to play on the franchise tag,
which would be next year. That'd be next year because he is under contract for this year. But
for one more, right?
I heard Jeremy Fowler over the weekend on SportsCenter said the Bucs are optimistic. They believe something's going to get done. But let me get the date up here of the first training camp practice for the Bucs. Baker Mayfield has made it clear this entire time if a contract is not done, again, he's in the last year of his deal. If he got a long-term extension, of course, he'd be there for many more years to come. He said if a deal is not done by training camp, there's no deal happening until next year. So, like, that's his own personal rule.
He's going to play, do his thing, and then he'll decide things after the season, which means potentially I become a free agent.
Yeah, let's see. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers open their training camp today. So, wow. Okay, there you go. And the first practice on the 29th. So, they're all reporting today, it looks like. And then first practice is 29th. The rookies and coaches are reporting today, I'm seeing from the news. Veterans report tomorrow, first practice Wednesday. So, I know Mac has been interested about it because Mac has said about what do the Jets do if they don't go to the draft route next year with the 2027 first-round pick? What if they go for NC? Baker Mayfield's out there potentially. So, but there's so much uncertain. Todd Bowles is one of the coaches on the hot seat, just like Aaron Glenn. Would Baker Mayfield return to a place where the head coach is different? Maybe. If it's an offensive guy, maybe it rubs the right way, perhaps, or not. So, Baker Mayfield, Mac, I'll tell you, he's involved in the mix for the Jets. They should certainly consider it. Broadway Baker, I thought he was going to be the quarterback in 2018. When me and Lurch and everyone were sitting on the couch prior to the recent Sam Darnold news that we got, my full understanding was Baker Mayfield was about to be the quarterback of the Jets. And then all hell breaks loose when Sam Darnold is still on the board at 3. And we're like, oh my God, we're getting Sam Darnold because I thought it was going to be Baker Mayfield. So, no, he has not signed a new deal as of yet. They are supposed to report today. What's Baker's rule? Is it the first practice or when they report for training camp is when he's cutting it off? I don't know if he's provided that specific layer of detail, but that, I guess, is what we're waiting for. So, it's about to be a deal now or they're waiting until next offseason, which, again, could open the door for the Jets.
Here was a great comment by Batch. I wish we got into it early, but I get to it now. I've seen people get hit by a baseball before, but they weren't legendary or famous. LOL.
That's a
very
good point. Yeah,
very
good,
Mr.
Legendary, famous Fulton. I mean, And I can't believe, again, that he had footage. Lord, sometimes we tell a story, hey, you won't believe what happened to me over the weekend. And then I tell the story of this and this and this, but no pictures, no video, no evidence. I just told the story. Mr. Famous Fulton says, hey, I got hit in the face. Hey, there's video footage. He tells me that this morning. I'm like, there's footage? And I was thinking the same thing. Was there a helmet?
Can you show that again? We've got to see it again.
Yeah, okay. Let's see the video.
Sure,
Let's pull this up.
I love the delay. Like whoever was recording it that was out, obviously sitting in the stands.
Which is his mother.
Yeah, they're just shooting him. He's at the plate. He's going to get a big hit here.
Yeah.
Like something big's going to happen to Mr. Famous Fool. And then this faux pas happens. And it's like, what the heck? Here he is.
Yeah.
He's ready in the box.
And I'm on anticipation. I'm waiting. What's about to happen? He's getting hit.
Coach delivers the pitch. Here it comes. Here's the pitch.
And they just sort of
fouled off into the face of Mr. Famous Fulton.
Yeah, let's get a few more replays of this. Okay. Yeah, let's. I didn't even hear the mother swear until
I know the video. I know the video went a little awry there, right at the end, after the blow was delivered by his own foul ball into his face.
Yeah, the own softball, right?
But I believe. I mean, again, we didn't get the complete coverage here. Sure. I think Mom probably dropped the phone at that point and rushed over to see if Mr. Famous Fulton was okay. Yes. So first of all, Mr. Famous, we care about that. However, what I did think I saw in that video, BG, was that even though Mr. Famous took one in the face there, I mean, that was a blow.
Here's a
I
slow
didn't see him go
play.
down. It looked like he stayed on his feet, at least temporarily. He was still on his feet.
Let me take another look at this.
Toughing it out, So there it is.
Let's
like frozen there.
Oh, and you can hear it too.
Yeah. I don't like. All right.
It feels like America's Funniest Home Videos of blah 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 blah.
We ought to submit it. That would we can win a big prize for that. Oh, thank you. We
could. Hey, do you want to submit that? You could be even more legendary and famous. I mean,
freakish things that happen.
The damnedest things. That is right in the face.
Let's continue on the phone lines. Jets Worldwide, aka Snowball, is in the
aka
house
Rich.
Today. What's up, Rich? How you doing, buddy?
Dare you take enjoyment in someone's pain?
I didn't take enjoyment. I just.
How many times have you played the video? How many times? Go ahead. Play it again.
He's doing like the repeat thing there. That was a rather. That's kind
right off the. So where did he? Okay, Lurch, you're a former baseball coach. Where did he go wrong? Because you're not blaming the coach; you're blaming him on the baseball technique here of swinging the bat.
I don't see anything wrong because when you make contact with a baseball or a softball, in this case, Mr. Famous Fulton playing softball. All right, you want to I'm trying to dictate this here. You want to be looking down the barrel of the bat at the ball connecting with the bat. So your job is to bring your head to the ball at point of contact. And I know working with little leaguers for years and years, I was always trying to teach them that technique. People tend to look out, right? They're looking like over here, while they're swinging. You can't do that.
Right.
They say, don't take your eye off the ball, right? I mean, it's the dumbest thing you ever heard, but it's the smartest thing you ever heard, right? To say it in college. Don't take your eye off the ball. All right. So you don't. And that exposes you, of course, to the idea that if the ball does, come at you, you're probably going to take it in the noggin.
What about the karaoke? Look at the footwork. Look at the footwork. He's stepping up. He's like clicking the ankles. Are you supposed to be doing that? Is it just supposed to be a turn, or is it supposed to be like, look at the feet? There's a quick Dorothy of Wizard of Oz heel click before he steps into it here.
I mean, it was a little bit of a handsy swing. He could have used his lower body and his hips a little bit more in that swing for a little power. But I still think his technique overall was pretty good there. I'd have to give him an 8 or a 9 on technique there.
Mr. Baseball. Mr. Baseball, can I ask a question?
Sure. Which one of us?
Either one. Either of you. Is the ball in fair play? Like after it hits his head and it bounces into the field, can he run?
No.
Wait. Let me look at the footage. Did it land in the field of play? Maybe I missed it.
It looked like it did, although I couldn't tell.
It did.
It is.
Yes, it's going to be fair.
Okay. No, because here's the rule. Okay, I'm going to go back to my umpiring days. I mean, again, could you have some kind of special rule in a softball league like this? Probably, but probably not. But not likely. All right. In the game of baseball, if the ball hits your body in the batter's box, all right, in a rec league like this, it is usually just called a dead ball. I would just call it dead ball.
But it hit the bat first.
I know, but it hit him. Okay, so by all accounts, it's a foul ball. I mean, it hits the bat, it hits into him, okay? And I know now it lands in
the field of play
territory. This is a trick. Snowball, this is a tricky one. I'm beginning to second guess my
That's what I'm saying, because bat to face to field.
Okay. My gut would be, if I were umpiring that game, I would just scream foul ball, dead ball. That's what I would do, and stop play right there. Because number one, I've got a hurt player. All right. Yeah. It doesn't look like Mr. Fulton went down in a heap, but I don't want him to go down.
No. He looks like he stood up. Yeah.
I don't want somebody running in, fielding the ball, throwing it first, and getting him out to add insult to injury. So I'm calling that foul ball, dead ball, and I'll take I'll take the letters later. I'll deal with the protest.
But it
later.
did go into the field of play though. Now I feel like Lurch is questioning a little bit now because he was delivering it.
Whether by a technicality standpoint. Would it be a fair ball? I still think my gut tells me it's still a foul ball. I don't think I've ever had that happen before, though. In all the years of umpiring, that's never happened to me. I don't know.
The rule book. I don't know. Yeah. Second thing. Thank you, Lurch, for the membership. I appreciate.
Oh, you're welcome.
Membership. Thank you so much. And for BG for Boy Green, right, I would like to offer you this framed AZ Thomas jersey.
Where is that? So, that looks great.
It is a number one.
There it is. That is very clearly.
I have it. It's right here. If you'd like it.
Yeah.
It's.
Wait a minute. Oh no. Oh geez. Oh God.
He's been unmasked.
No.
It always hurts when you have one. Like I have my Saquon in the closet. It just hurts to even look at it most of the time. I'm like, come on, dude. What'd you leave us for, man?
Yeah.
Now, in the case of Gardner, the Jets traded him, so you can't blame Sauce.
But here's the thing: Sauce was a 2-time first-team All-Pro. What's wrong with Sauce, right? It's not like he's some scrub, and I'm just like, hey, man.
What's wrong with him is he's playing for someone else right now. That's what's wrong with him.
Well,
he's not on the team anymore.
I guess
he's playing against you, BG. He's not playing for you. He's playing against you.
If you're happy with your AZ Thomas T-shirt, then. Congratulations.
That's most important. Thank
Good
you.
For you.
I'm candidly excitable. Yeah.
Wear it with pride.
He wears all his former Jets stuff with pride. He always has Snowball. He always will.
Yes, so. I keep all of the jerseys. Which, by the way, what's that one?
Le'Veon Bell in there. He's got some.
Oh, Santa's Helper, 25 for Christmas.
Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful. What a beautiful.
Santa's Helper 25. Nice.
That's
what was that you said?
Frank West.
Oh, beautiful. Very nice. I like that. That's a nice jersey. Okay.
And he's got that next to a Brees Hall 25. Like right next to 225.
Brees Hall 20. It's 20 and a 5.
Yeah.
So,
right. Wrong on my Jets numbers there. I apologize. All the
5 plus
jumping on me quickly.
Is 25.
Which is Boy Green 25. I appreciate that honoring me to do that sort of math on the show. I thought you were an art teacher, not a math teacher, so I respect that.
I'm not. That's why it's backwards.
Yeah.
Well, Mac, Mac is chiming in while we have
question.
Snowball. Yeah. What is the consensus around Jamal Adams from the panel here?
Because he wants to be. Yeah, and just to establish the context for everybody, if you don't know, Jamal Adams obviously has not been on the Jets since he got traded away in 2020, but he's bounced between the Seahawks, Titans, Raiders, all these different teams. He is a free agent right now. And he has made it very clear on social media that he would love a return to the Jets. This is not the first time he's championed this potential return. We've talked about it, engaged with fans, said, hey, I want to be back. And fans have been sort of divisive on it. So just to set up that context, and then we throw it over to you, Rich.
And as a linebacker, not a safety. Go ahead.
Yeah, he has been playing linebacker. He shifted to linebacker recently, which is also sort of a joke on everything else. But yes,
to quote Boy Green from the lobby of the Ocean hotel,
yes,
and resort casino. He can suck it.
That did happen. I did.
So, yes.
I did tell someone to suck it. There was a fan alert. So we're at the Ocean Casino Resort for the Gangrene Beach Club, a beautiful hotel, and I'm doing a live broadcast from like a little bit of a subsection of the hotel. Like gotcha. I'm in our own like lounge area, and I'm doing a live broadcast.
But the public is nearby, so they can.
It's nearby. It's not like there's thousands of people like standing around watching. Like I'm doing it somewhat privately. And if you come off the elevator in the right part of the hotel, you will come through a bend, see me, and then you can keep walking. Oh yeah, Rich. Okay, go ahead. Yep. Right. So we'll keep telling this story as we're doing this here. But I'm doing this in this other wing of the Ocean Casino Resort, and we're doing the show. And there's fan engagement. It's a live show. So people are commenting in here, Lurch, about anything and everything. And a fan is telling me, like, basically he thinks the Jets are not going to do very well. And I say to him, well, buddy, I've got 2 words for you. You can suck it. And I say it loud enough that people who are getting off the elevator turn around like in a jolting fashion. They thought I was telling them to suck it. So they were like, well, and I went, oh, I was talking on the show. Excuse me, sorry. So it was a little too authoritative of a suck it, and that caught the attention of some random passerbys that were not Jet fans. Yes, yes, unfortunately. So yes, so in his wise words, he has a suck it to Jamal Adams. I understand Jamal fired his way out of town, and I understand a lot of people are upset by that. He had a lot of immature moments, but I think America's all about second chances, Lurch. I've always felt that way. That within reason, Jamal did some questionable things, but I think America's all about second chances. You have an opportunity. You made some mistakes in life, but your life isn't over. You can turn things around. You can repent. And so actually, if the Jets brought in Jamal Adams to compete for linebacker, one of 91 players on the roster, pass the biscuits, of course. Get a shot. And if he stinks, you move on. If he has any baggage, you immediately move on. Like, I don't know.
It's like an Odell situation all over again.
Exactly.
I mean, a lot of your Jet fans who chime in normally to our pod here, we're saying, come on, Giants should give Odell a swing, give him a chance. Why wouldn't you? Yada, yada, yada. And you heard me going, we don't want this guy back. Yeah, too much baggage. I'm done with him. When he left, that was for good. Let's just end it. Nice, clean ending, But all those, why not? What the heck? It's just, he gets a chance. Why wouldn't you give it to him? So I say the same thing about Jamal Adams. You and I talked a lot about Jamal when he was looking for that big money. And I said, you don't pay safeties that money. The Jets got to let him walk. I'm sorry to say it, but he's got to go. You don't pay the safety that crazy money. I think it was the right decision then. I think if in hindsight, it was the right decision, period, end of story. But getting this guy potentially on the cheap where he's trying to do a redemption tour, and if you still think he has some skills, why wouldn't you give him a camp invite and see what happens? So I would say give him a swing. It doesn't mean he makes the roster. But you give him a swing. Let's see what kind of shape he's in. Let's see if he actually could be a guy that could help the Jets at the linebacker position. I do find it intriguing. Yes. Whether it's the right thing or not, that's for the coaches to decide that. But why would you not give a guy an invite potentially to check it out? So to me, it's kind of fascinating. Macho doesn't like it. He says the Jets just signed Jamal Adams to a 3-year, $100K contract to be the water boy. Okay, so Macho doesn't seem wants it. No. And Jay Cons says, I don't want Jamal back.
Yeah, that's James. So and again, I think the worst thing Jamal did was none of the stuff to us. Which again, people can judge it however they want. Everyone's individual. He smoked a cigar after the Jets traded him and was like, "Yeah, I'm out of here." And he celebrated that. And that's, I think the part that he crossed the line the most to me is the one that he needs to repent for the most. Is a Jets reporter was talking about the Jamal Adams situation on social media. Jamal quote tweeted that response with a picture of the reporter's wife and basically called her ugly. And I thought that clearly crossed the line. Yeah, he got an immediate heat for it. He had to delete the tweet and but he stood by defending himself or something. I don't know. To me, come on, let's keep family out. Let's keep this professional. That's where he messed up. That reporter still works around covering the team. That's the person, if he ever does come back, that he has to apologize for. And quite frankly, whether he comes back or not, he should apologize. That is a clear crossing of the line. That's the part that I have the biggest issue with, is I hope if me and you, Lurch, are ever in a fight, I don't just start calling out your kids or wife or something.
Right.
What are we doing? Sure. Let's keep it between us. Yeah. I don't know.
Right. Okay. Chime in on the umpiring thing. John LG says, dead ball if it hits the batter. He's in agreement with me. Dead ball. Dead ball. Hit the batter in the batter's box. Dead ball.
So it's just an immediate stop of play is what you're saying?
Yes. I knew you couldn't resist playing it again.
I'm just for John LG to try to understand. So okay,
I think he understands.
Dead ball.
I think he gets it.
It's the batter.
You see what happens, Mr. Fulton, when you provide video. This is what you get. You get this guy just repeating your video.
Dead ball if it hits the batter. Okay, so an immediate stop of play.
Thank you for that, John. Thank you for that. A couple other quick comments here. If we did sign him, would we play him at line? We'd play him at linebacker.
Yes, that's what he most recently played with the Las Vegas Raiders. So he would be an off-ball linebacker, and he'd be competing for that linebacker 3 role. Yes, he would not be competing at safety.
All right, and here, Soldier of God has been very, very active here. Could it really hurt? We need depth.
Right? We do.
If the Giants can bring Odell into camp, why can't you bring Jamal into camp? Well, it's a New York thing now, right? We're
to be honest,
third, fifth chances. That's what
it's basically the same thing. OBJ and Jamal were sort of in New York around the same time. Sort of. OBJ was just leaving when Jamal was coming in, but they briefly shared New York together. This is a yesteryear star that believes he has something to prove. and OBJ got a minimum contract. Jamal would get a minimum contract. And again, there isn't, as far as I know, I don't know any backdoor dealings, but nothing was promised to OBJ. Compete. If you win a job, blessed be he. Your wide receiver 3, 4, the competition we talked about earlier. Jamal, if you make it, do you make the team as linebacker 3, linebacker 4, and you have a shot? Like, what do you have to lose? And by the way, not for nothing, Jamal Adams' PFF numbers were actually pretty good. He was the 33rd best linebacker in football last year, according to the analytics. That's not bad. 32 teams. Teams start multiple linebackers. Jamal had pretty good numbers last year. But again, you're bringing him in for veteran minimum. And I say you bring him in, and if he stinks, you cut him. If he causes any issues, you cut him immediately. People get cut all the time. So I would do it, but I understand for the people that don't want to do it.
Okay, fair enough.
That I do. Oh, he's talking about Hangover. James says, what was the movie where the cop shot them in the face with the tranquilizer gun in the face? That was Zach Galifianakis in Hangover. They were showing a demonstration in front of a bunch of students, and I believe it was Rob Riggle was one of the police officers that shot a taser gun in the face of Zach Galifianakis on Hangover and kept saying "in the face" as he fell down to the ground. Eventually fell down to the ground after getting tased multiple times, and they're like, oh my god, this big boy needs a couple of these, pew pew pew, and then got him. You're a Hangover fan right there, Lurch?
I've watched it.
Oh, so you're not a big Hangover fan. Come on, Lurch.
I'm okay with them. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You
don't like the movie?
I've watched it. It's not mind-boggling to me,
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, I find things of it, amusing, but it's not
Bradley
one of those movies,
Cooper.
right? We had that whole thing about
Yes.
how many movies
rewatch. Oh, that's definitely a movie.
For some people, it is.
I'm watching. Come on.
For some people, it is. For me, it's not.
Okay, fair enough. There we go. But yeah, James, that is it. That is from The Hangover, where they tase Zach Galifianakis in front of that student demonstration. Rob Riggle's in there. Bradley Cooper's in there. Oh my God, who's the guy from The Office who's in there? Andy, whatever his name is in The Office. He's in that movie too. Mr. Chow is in that movie. Yeah, there's a lot of people. That's a funny movie.
Yeah,
Mike Tyson's in that movie.
Mike Tyson. Yep, Mike Tyson's in that movie. Yep, and there's a lot. There's a lot of people in there. No doubt. Okay. No doubt about it.
Ed Helms, thank you, Bad Shot. Ed Helms, that's and James, yes. Thank you. Ed Helms was the other one. Yeah, great cast that movie. There you go. All right, Lurch. Anything else besides that footage you want to rewatch? Anything else?
That's what you get, Mr. Famous, for sending in the video. But that was very enlightening footage. Very enlightening, and
and we got a final ruling from John LG, who says
who agrees with me. Dead ball. Yeah. Dead ball.
Dead ball.
Okay. Dead ball.
That's good to know.
You can't go wrong in a situation like that as an umpire if you just scream dead ball, dead ball.
Right.
Like, because to me, always, whether it was little league, high school ball, any of the things, I coached all the way up through high school.
Yeah.
I have some friends that did minor league baseball that were trying to make it in the pros that had been with me along the way, working with me on a crew or working individually alongside. But the highest I ever went was high school ball. And I still would always, regardless of the letter of the law, if a player were hurt or I saw that a player was injured or in a situation, I would just stop play. I would just do everything I could to stop play and then pick up the pieces after, could be awarding first base to somebody, whatever. You could make a ruling, but like to me, safety always first. Safety always first. So that's the way I would have handled it. So dead ball, nobody's running around the bases. Nobody's throwing the ball to first base. We got a guy down on, potentially. Look, Mr. Fulton went down, but if he went down,
well, it looks like this. It's from John LG here, Lurch. Let's pause this real quick. So John LG adds this in. If I was giving Mr. Famous Fulton some advice, elbows up in the batter's box and don't jump at the ball. Wait for the ball to come to you. You don't go to the ball.
Right. He did sit back a little bit, got a little armsy with the swing. That's the way I would describe it. It was a little armsy. But he did step in nicely. I love the step in. See, look at his position right here.
Yes.
Very, very good. Freezing it right there. That is excellent position here. He's stepping in. He's getting that front knee flex.
What about bat angle, though?
Bat around, What's that?
I'm saying, what about his bat angle, though? Where that is?
Well, the problem is he's swinging at a pitch that's too high. He should have let it go by.
Yeah, that pitch is way too high. Take a ball, man. Take a ball.
Right. Just let that one go. Right.
Too many people want to karate
at a high pitch, and then he didn't get what happens with high pitches is you can't get on top of them. Therefore, you can't drive the ball, and you hit it either a pop up, which you don't want, or you foul it back, or you hit it into your own face, which is what happened in this particular situation. That does smart. Okay.
Putt from the rough. Putt from the rough. Yeah, there you go. That's tough.
Right, well, good video. That was unexpected, but fantastic.
Yeah, here's the last piece of this, Lurch. Here's the last piece of this. What was your batting stance when you played?
How do I describe it? I mean,
well, I don't know. Like for me, it's very bizarre. I can attempt to show it, but because I grew up a Red Sox fan, Kevin Youkilis, I had it like this before I swung.
Oh, you like to twirl it up there?
Yeah, so it was above my head twirling. So my hands were like this, and the bat was above my head like Kevin Youkilis. And when it was ready, I turned and then I went into action. But if I was just like Paul stepping in the batter's box, and the pitcher could come at any second, I was sort of like this. And then I got into action for the swing.
Well, in my younger days, like when I was playing like stickball in the streets with my friends and stuff, when I was, a teenager, dare I say, and younger, I used to do the Willie Stargell. So Willie Stargell was a player when I was a youth, and he's a Hall of Famer. Right? I'm pretty sure Stargell's in the Hall of Fame. And Willie Stargell used to flip the bat. He used to go like this, like this, and then he'd be ready. Right? It was Willie Stargell. Yep. So we used to do stuff like that. Or Clemente had that very deep, low stance. He used to do Roberto Clemente, or pick your favorite Met, pick your favorite Yankee, because we were Met fans and Yankee fans in the neighborhood.
He is a Hall of Famer. He was inducted in 1988.
I thought so. So, but in terms of my batting stance, like when I played baseball and when I played ball, I wasn't fooling around with Willie Stargell. I had my own stance. I definitely was a hands high guy.
Okay.
So I wasn't Youkilis whereas Youkilis has that rock and whacking thing that he does.
Yes.
But I was hands high. Maybe as the ball come, I crank a little, a little back. But I was definitely a hands high guy. I didn't like my hands low. I didn't like the bat low. I like bat high, hands high. That was kind of
okay. There you go.
I have a great picture. I'll have to find it. I will show you this just because you're so damn curious about this. But I recently saw a picture, and I have it somewhere in our little archive, so it won't be that hard to find, of me in a softball game, and you'll see.
Ooh, the batting stance. Great.
It's before I hit the pitch, so I'm literally getting ready to hit the pitch.
Yeah.
You'll also be amazed at how skinny I was back then. Oh my God. I was like a string bean.
So wind could have blown you over.
Slender reed I was back in the baseball days. It's amazing that I had power, but I did have some power. I was also fabulous at hitting to all fields. I could hit it anywhere on the field. At great.
That's impressive. Lurch, the thing I love about this show is that what Julie Chen Moonves says on Big Brother, expect the unexpected. And we had a topic about top 3 position battles in Jets and Giants training camp, and we talked about that. That happened. A lot of other things happened, and that's part of the show.
And if you missed any of it, folks, this show gets archived and on our YouTube channel right afterwards. Still, if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel and you are out there watching us right now, we have nearly 200 people in the room. Please don't do the between the hash box, but rather do this link right here, YouTube.
Right, I mean, you can do both.
At MC Show Digital. You can subscribe to Matt Lombardo as well. But it's absolutely free. We're trying to march towards 1,000 subscribers. Boy Green and I are offering an incentive if you can prove to us. So you can get 5 people that all right, family members, other people, to subscribe to the channel. We're going to give you 10 raffle tickets in this month's raffle, which includes the movies, the mug, the laser engraved glass, the framed Sports Illustrated covers. I'm going to have to put this all in a giant box to you. It cost me a fortune to ship this thing out, but I'm going to get it to you. Somebody is going to win that on the 22nd of August, which happens to be my birthday, by the way. So we'll be celebrating my birthday with a raffle drawing. It's going to be fantastic. And all of those prizes are going to one individual. So you got to be in it to win it, whether you get one ticket, whether you got like Jamie the FedEx guy right now with 40 tickets. Thanks to my nice gift, my generous gift to him today, leading the tote board. Thanks to #1 Austrian Jets fan for jumping in today. Thanks to
Mahar Khalil. He gave a super chat.
All right. Thanks for that on the super chat, Mahar. We'll get you in on the leaderboard as well. So thanks to everybody who's contributing to it. Again, we got a couple more weeks before we give away that prize, but you support the channel that way, and you also can win something really, really cool. So it's been a day, as they say. BG, final thoughts if you have any. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Badshaw. Lurch, if you're a rom-com guy, you need to watch Just Married or No Strings Attached. So there
I have seen No Strings Attached. I've seen that.
Okay, but Just Married, add that to the list. So appreciate you, Badshaw. And no, like Lurch said at the beginning of the show, we'll reiterate it here that both of the programs I'm involved with will be shifting times. Starting this Saturday, August 1st, my show will be at 7 a.m. A show will be on the program. It won't be live. I'll be on a bus to training camp on that time. We'll record a show, and it will be premiering live at Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Get used to that schedule. from August 1st moving forward. Our shows are live during the week, so that will be Monday, August 3rd. This show that you're watching right now will start at 3 o'clock, and that will be the case moving forward for every Monday and Wednesday show. We'll also have Joe Bardo, our fantasy football expert, joining us a little after 3 o'clock every Friday. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from the middle of August moving forward, there'll be live shows Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. From the beginning of August, it'll be Mondays and Wednesdays. So I can't wait. A lot of fun.
All right. Vets reporting tomorrow, both the Jets and the Giants.
Yep.
As I said, don't forget our normal content this week. And Anthony Prohaska, I'm going to try to get him live from Bills camp. If I don't get him live, he is going to do an interview with me after he finishes up his 3 days at Bills camp on Thursday afternoon. So look forward to that. We will have some really, really fresh, hot Bills camp news coming out. In the meantime, enjoy your teams, whether it's the Jets, the Giants, the Bills, or whoever out there you root for. We do appreciate it. Thanks again to our sponsor, Northeast Roofing Professionals. For Paul Boy Green Esden Jr., it's the Manchild saying, so long, folks. We will see you again on Wednesday. Peace out.